time for Owatonna High School hockey on KRFO FM, as tonight the Indians meet New Ulm in sectional play at the Four Seasons Arena. This evening's game is being brought to you by members of the Owatonna Broadcasters Club, supporting the teens and teams of Owatonna. And now let's go to the rink side, the Dudley Auto pregame show. Here's Todd Hale.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening to you from the Four Seasons Arena. Todd Hale here, and we are a little bit late in getting underway with our game tonight, as we've just been through a barn burner double overtime game with Red Wing finally coming out the victor by a score of 5-4 over Bishop, Whipple, or Shattuck in Faribault. So Red Wing will proceed on to Rochester coming up this coming Thursday night, playing the early game there before the winner of this game advances over to Rochester to meet Mayo. Again, we're apologies to the Owatonna City Council. We hope most of the business has been taken care of there. We are tape delaying the rest of the meeting, and if it is any important business there other than routine, we'll air that following the council meeting, following the hockey game here tonight on KRFO FM. This is the pregame show with Coach Dudley Otto, brought to you by Northwestern Bank, Courtesy Motors, and Farm and Home. We'll talk with Coach Otto about tonight's game coming up in just a minute after this from Northwestern Bank. Okay, Coach, well, we have our second game of the sectionals, and of course it took the kids a little while to come around last night. They looked like they were lagging a little bit in the first of the game, but by the end they were playing pretty well.
Yeah, I agree, Todd. At least through the first half of the game, we had some real problems. We couldn't really get going skating-wise, and finally we did wake up and start skating very well the last half of the second period and all through the third period, and then you could see who was a better club on the ice. But even though we were skating and working and hustling, we were having a hard time clicking. Our passes just weren't quite there, and our positioning around the net, and so we made it a very difficult game for us, although I was quite confident, even when it was 3-2 towards the end of the third period, that we were going to win, because I felt that our guys were skating hard enough and doing that type of work that it would carry us through for the win.
Talking to fans during the course of the day today, I guess some of them feel a bit surprised that you are regarding New Ulm as big a threat as you were on the interview with Gordy this morning on the sports. I don't think a lot of people know too much about their program, but obviously you aren't taking them very lightly tonight.
That's right, Todd. In fact, I'm very worried about the game tonight. I think they're in a situation where them beating Owatonna would be a real feather in their hat. For them to look at us, we're a big name in hockey. For us to beat New Ulm, no, we're expected to do it, and it really makes it a little more difficult. They would be like the David going against the Goliath, and I really think that they're going to come out flying, and we've warned our guys about the fact, and we're going to have to compensate by playing our very best tonight. Their record is like 14 or 13 wins, 5 losses, or a couple ties, and they beat Austin 8-0. We knew we couldn't do that. They went into, they pulled their goalie in the third period to lose to Apple Valley 4-2. We lost to them by 1 goal. So some of the scores indicate that they're very close to us. And I'm worried about the fact that New Ulm is an established hockey name, and our guys through the programs have been able to beat them, and that worries you. But I just have to say I have faith in our guys that they know where they want to go in this tournament. They want to get there Thursday night against Mayo, and that's what we're going to strive for, and I hope that goal in itself will be enough to carry us through.
Okay, back to talk with Coach Otto some more in just a minute. Okay, Coach, both teams are on an equal basis as far as playing last night is concerned. However, your kids had a late game last night. They got to bed late. Are you worried about that at all? You think they might be tired?
Well, I think it's difficult to understand why we have to play 2 games in 2 nights, then have 1 day off, and the winning team tonight plays again on Thursday, and then there's nothing going on in our region Friday and Saturday night. To me, it looks like we could have gone Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and accomplished the same thing. But there may have been that possibility there wasn't the ice available at the different arenas to pull this off. But you back up just a week ago, we played 4 games in 7 days. This is our 5th game in 8 days. So we've been pretty busy, and I'm somewhat concerned about that.
Yeah. How are we physically? Any problems from last night?
Well, Scotty Hansen in the Montemita game had a very bad Charlie horse in his left thigh, and he re-injured that somewhat. It tightened up for him last night in the game, and I know he's a little bit concerned, and we'll have to wait until he warms up to see how much it's going to affect him. I think it will slow him down somewhat, but I'm sure he'll play the game.
Well, I guess what you're saying really is if we get by this one tonight, then Mayo better be a little worried on Thursday night, because our kids will probably be as up for them as New Ulm is for this one tonight.
That's true. I think, the coaching's a lot of psychology, and we kind of set our goal in the region to win the first 3, and then whatever happened after that, that's fine. But to get to that third game, you have to win the first 2, and I felt all along that we had the toughest draw of any of the 16 teams that went into this early round play, and we get by tonight, I think we'll be in good shape for playing very well Thursday night.
Okay. Good luck, Coach. Hope you come up with that win.
Thank you, Todd.
Coach Dudley Otto of the Owatonna Indians with comments here before the game. Warm-ups are being taken now, and Ken and Wilcox joined us here. We're going to be back in just a minute after we do this for Farm and Home. Guest tonight will be Dana Eisman, who is the team manager. Also, we'll have Bill Carlson up here to give us some scores, and we're also going to be having the coach of the senior hockey team, Tom Stanton, up here between the second and third period. Well, Ken, it's always tough to wait in a locker room, especially longer than what you intend to do, and of course the coaches were really sweating this one out down there, hoping that the overtime periods didn't go any longer than they did. Tough to wait when you're waiting to get out on the ice.
Yeah, it is, Todd. It's very anxious moments. You don't know when it's going to happen, because, of course, it's a one-goal thing where you don't do it that overtime, you go into the next one, and I'm not even sure how far they would go, but we know they would go 4 because we've had that happen before. But it's the same thing for the other team. New Ulm obviously would be anxious too, and they had to travel over here, so that meant that they had an earlier start. I don't know. I guess Otto, I heard on the show there, hadn't picked up the actual record. Now we find out, Todd, that it's 18 wins, 2 losses that New Ulm has had, and the only 2 losses they've had is one to Red Wing and one to Faribault.
Is that right?
They've got an outstanding record. No question.
Bet they have. It's a game to be concerned about, and they'll have to play their very best. We're about ready for the introduction of the players, and that's the pregame show here. We'll be back now after this word from Harlan's Tire Service. KRFO FM here at the Four Seasons. Ken Wilcox has the starting lineup for New Ulm.
Well, New Ulm has just been introduced. Number 30 in the nets, Jeff Schugel. On defense, it's number 2, Scott Simpkins, and number 4, Scott Fisher. That front line, it's Peter Mako, wing, and Tom Steinbach, center, and the other wing is Mike Hitchcock. And now for the Indians, I'm sure we'll see the same lineup you're familiar with. It's number 30 in the nets, John Meschke. On defense would be number 4, Mike Brenner. Other defenseman, number 16, Brett Buckley. And on the line, it's number 5, Mike DeWord centering, Bobby Carlson, number 9, and number 17, Mark Webster.
Well, Kenny, we've got an old-fashioned Oompa band from New Ulm here tonight with the New Ulm gang, and you can see the enthusiasm that the New Ulm team has coming out, as well as Owatonna, but this has to be real tournament fever here for tonight for sure. And once one of the most embarrassing things that could happen to a player happened to one of the boys at New Ulm. He came out on the blue line, fell down and knocked down the line of 2 other players by him, and you can see he just was embarrassed to redness. But we've had it happen to us, I think, twice or once this year at least.
Once, and that's enthusiasm, I guess, Todd. You know, really fired up, coming out, skating hard, going to put those brakes on. It is a little embarrassing, but what a delegation of fans they've got here.
Oh, they really have brought a delegation here. This is probably the best crowd we've seen, certainly all year, here at the Four Seasons Arena, and Bill Carlson said one of the best ones in the tournament action in the various sections thus far. So we're almost ready here for the drop of the puck here, and again, if you tuned in late, we are late getting going because of a double overtime in which Red Wing was victorious over Bishop Whipple of Faribault. Quite surprised that our Red Wing came back. Really, I was surprised, Ken, at how Shattuck played Red Wing.
Yeah, they're a small school, Shattuck is, that is. So I agree, Todd. They don't have the enrollment.
Well, we're about ready to go here for hockey action with 15 minutes of tournament action. The winner goes on to Rochester this Thursday night to play Mayo. The loser hangs up the skates for the season. And there's the drop of the puck, and it's picked up now by New Ulm. The Eagles, as they're known, they bring it down into the Owatonna end. Number 19 takes a shot, goes around the back of the net there. That was number 19, Brian Mayer. Puck goes over to the side now, picked up in front. Shot is taken. It goes in the netting in the back, and the play is stopped right there.
Puck will be brought outside of the blue line. Whenever it lands on the netting, on the outside of the netting, that is, out to the blue line it comes.
So we'll have another face-off here. Number 12 for New Ulm is out there, Tim Steinbach for New Ulm. And number 5, Mike DeWord, auto clapping his hands, right over by the box. Drop of the puck again, goes into the Owatonna end, and Buckley gets it, knocks it over to the side, now picked up in front there. New Ulm tries to fire, knocked out of the way, getting it over into the corner now. It's picked up again there by New Ulm's number 12, Tim Steinbach. Steinbach around the back of the net, picked up there by number 4, Scott Fisher. Fisher up against the boards, gets it back over to Meyer again now. Meyer getting it back to Buckley now. Buckley up across center ice, picked up there again by Owatonna. As it comes up across center ice now, it's picked up there by Bob Carlson. Carlson over to Webster. Webster was way outside the line, and an offsides is called.
Well, Webby was waiting for that pass, and Carlson was having trouble. It was a rolling puck. Good check by Carlson down in our zone just before this play out in center ice. Could have been a dangerous one, and Carlson poke checked the puck away.
Okay, and we have a change of lines. Mike Diedrich out there centering now, along with right Mike Hansen, and over on the left there, Frizzell. Drop of the puck now over the blue line. Diedrich with it. He gets it over to Hansen. Hansen shoots. Nice save there by the goaltender. That's number 30, Jeff Schugel. Against the boards again now. One man loses a stick. Picked up at the blue line again. Over to Diedrich. Diedrich up in the corner with it. Picked up there by Bill Fisher for New Ulm. And the Eagles shoot it down across center ice now, getting it down into the Owatonna end. Puck goes into the corner. Icing is called. No score in the game here. And the first real good shot onto that goaltender by Owatonna. And it was one that was pretty well on the money.
Yes, it was. That line of Hansen, Frizzell, and well, now it's Dietrich, putting a lot of good pressure on there, and that was a good shot that Hansen came up with.
Okay, so we'll have a drop of the puck to the right of the net now. It's picked up there again by Hansen. Hansen in the corner with it now. Hansen getting it up in front. Frizzell trying to shoot. Turns around there. Can't get it off. There's our shot by Scott Hansen. Around the side of the net now. About the back. Over to the corner. Picked up against the boards again now. Coming down across the blue line again. It's picked up by New Ulm. They bring it down into the Owatonna end. And it goes into the corner. Skating after it is Kamholtz. Kamholtz getting it up into the corner. Picked up there again by Frizzell. Frizzell getting it over to Diedrich now. Diedrich over the blue line again. And just to Frizzell. Frizzell can't hold on to it. Picked up there now by number 9, Peter Mako. Mako for the Eagles, shooting it over to his right. Shot is taken. Goes up against the boards and is picked up again by New Ulm. They get it up in front. Another shot is taken and they score.
Well, John Meschke attempted to make the stop. The puck was coming from behind the net. John got a stick on it, and all he did was really slow it down to allow the New Ulm player to pick it up unmolested in front of the net, and he put it in at the 13-13 mark. So it's number 9 for New Ulm. That's Peter Mako, right. Assist going to number 10.
Perry Steinbach. And I don't know how much value you put into the first goal, but I'd have rather seen us make it, but it is 1-0 right now in favor of the Eagles here. Drop of the puck again now. Picked up again by Bob Carlson. Carlson over the blue line. Carlson shoots. Oh, beautiful save there by the goaltender. Up in front again. Carlson tries to get at it now. Puck against the boards now. Down across center ice. Picked up there by Buckley. Buckley shooting it back down into the New Ulm zone now. Picked up there by number 2, Scott Simpkins. Simpkins shooting it out. Webster intercepts it now. Puck goes up against the board. Still at the blue line. Picked up there again now by Christo. Christo shoots. Nice save again by the goaltender, Jeff Schugel. And it goes over to the right again. Around the back of the net it goes. Picked up there by, in the corner. Picked up it down across center ice now. And Carlson skates after it in his own zone. Around the back of his net. Up into the corner now. Bob Carlson with the puck. 1-0 favor of New Ulm here. Just moments into the first period of the game. Puck is sent down into the New Ulm end. The goaltender has to make the stop. And he does so. He waves off the icing. Around the back of the net now. Scott Fisher gets it. Back of his own net for New Ulm. Fisher shoots it down across center ice again. Gets it back off to Tim Steinbach. Steinbach over the blue line. And Brunner fanned the shot there as he tried to knock it back up. But he picked it up. Comes down across center ice. Puck goes down into the New Ulm zone. Around the back of the net, it comes back up to the blue line again. In front of the net, Christo tries to take a shot, can't get to it, and it's picked up there by Mike Hitchcock now for New Ulm. They get it down to center ice, back again, over to Owatonna once again. To the right, there's a shot right on the goal, and they score! Ryan Johnson giving it, and he got the puck there from number 10 for the Owatonna Indians. Who is that?
Bruce Anderson. because Bruce fed it to Johnson, and Johnson did pull that goaltender very successfully to the right, brought him all the way over, and then flipped it up in the left lower corner. And a real nice goal. 2 goals, 1-1 score at 11:46.
Well, I figure this is the way it's going to be for the rest of the evening. It's going to be a hard-fought hockey game. Drop of the puck again now. Score tied up at 1-1. Puck comes back down into the Owatonna end. Meshke kicks it away with a stick. Goes around the back of the net into the corner. Skating after it is Frizzell now. Frizzell shooting it up to Scott Hansen. Hansen losing it there to New Ulm momentarily. Now it's picked up again there by Owatonna. And it comes back down into the New Ulm zone there. Skating across the blue line now for the Owatonna Indians. Around the back of the net now with the Indians there. That was number 6, Mike Anderson. I get Mike and Bruce mixed up. Around the back of the net now. New Ulm with it in their own zone. They come across the blue line again. Taken away again by Mike Hansen. Whistle is blown for batting the puck with a hand, and we'll have a stoppage of play.
Well, some real fast action has occurred in the last couple of minutes, and the Indians are skating hard.
Broadcasters Club members coast to coast. First Federal Savings, Gillespie Real Estate, Hart Central Bakery, Highway Furniture, Kriesel Electric, and Owatonna Meats Incorporated. Drop of the puck again now. Picked up again by Bob Carlson. It is a 1-1 hockey game here with 11:09 in the first period. Coming after it for New Ulm, number 15, Paul Macho. Macho getting it back down to Peter Macho, his brother. Coming down into the center ice area again. Is picked up again by Carlson. Carlson shoots it down into the New Ulm zone, and the Eagles pick it up behind their net there. Puck comes up along the boards now. Skating after it is Carlson. Carlson with the puck up in front. Shoots it there. Goaltender falls on it. He was right on him. Shot it just outside the crease from the side.
Well, Bobby didn't have much room to shoot. He took a look, I noticed, across the crease of the net. Saw a player there, so decided to go ahead and fire anyway, trying to catch the goaltender off guard and get it right along the pipe, but he couldn't do it.
So we'll have a stoppage of play here with 10:45 left to go. And out there for the Owatonna Indians at center is Mark Christo. Okay, there's the drop of the puck now. Puck comes up to the blue line. Johnson goes after it once again. Scored his first goal already. Picked up there by number 12, Tim Steinbach. Steinbach shoots it. It goes wide. It goes up against the boards. Now we're down in the Owatonna zone. Picked up there again by number 10, Bruce Anderson. Anderson getting it over to Christo. Christo coming up across the blue line. Christo with it over to the right of the net. Setting it up there for Johnson. Johnson shot it up in the air into the netting, but they knew what they wanted to do.
Yes, they did. Real good teamwork. This line is just giving effort that, I don't know, I suppose we've seen before, Todd, but it's more noticeable tonight. And that's Johnson and Christo and Bruce Anderson.
Okay, drop of the puck to the right now. Picked up again by Owatonna. Brian Johnson shoots it there. Goes into traffic. Down again. New Ulm clears it out. It goes down across center ice and down into the Owatonna end. And skating after it, but it's the whole icing before they could get to it. And Buckley puts the puck in his stick and stops the play there. Broadcasters Club members include Mastercraft of Owatonna, Northwestern Bank, Massey Ferguson Sales and Service, Knights of Columbus Council number 945, Riverside TV Appliance and Radio Shack, and Schultz Realty at 216 North Elm, Owatonna.
We've got a full house here at the Four Seasons tonight.
Okay, here comes a shot again right after the face-off there. Shot by Webster. Another double save. Net is open. Oh, Webster at a wide open net. One over to the right there. Up against the boards now. Picked up again there by number 2, Casey Kamholtz. Kamholtz shoots it back down into the New Ulm zone. Picked up there again by Scott Simpkins for New Ulm. Back over to Carlson now. Carlson across the blue line. Hard slap shot. Goaltender Schugel has to make the save again. Over to the right now. Picked up again at the blue line. It's deflected off a player. New Ulm getting it again. Clearing it down to center ice, and it comes down. Here's a breakaway all alone. Shot is taken. Goes through the crease and over to one side. And he out-skated Kamholtz there, and he was all alone there, but he didn't have a good angle on the net. Picked up again now by Owatonna at center ice. Puck down into the New Ulm zone once again. Round the back of the net, Scott Fisher for the Eagles. Fisher getting it back down to Hitchcock. Hitchcock against the boards with it. Getting it back over to Fisher. Goes around behind the net now. All tied up at 1-1 in the first period. Puck down across center ice again, and it goes sailing back down with icing being waved off, and Kamholtz goes after it over in the corner. Round the back of the net again it comes. Picked up by Kamholtz. Kamholtz brings it up. There's an intercepted pass getting it up in front. Nobody can shoot. New Ulm having it momentarily. Now goes back over to Steinbach again. Steinbach in the corner. Puck up in front of the net now, and it was picked up there again by Frizzell. Frizzell in back of the net there gets it back off to Webster now. Webster down across center ice. Comes down into the New Ulm zone over the blue line. Picked up there by Diedrich. Diedrich shoots there. Goaltender has to fall on it as Webster takes another crack on it right in the crease.
Well, that score may be 1-1, but Jeff Schugel is really getting tested in the net. He's had a lot of stops. In fact, that Bobby Carlson, Mark Webster, and Mike DeWord line really put it to him that last shift, I thought, Todd. I think they had 4 shots on net. And Schugel had to come up with some big stops.
So we'll have a drop of the puck again here. We're in the New Ulm zone now. Taking the face-off for Owatonna. Number 14, Ken Stark. Shot is taken. Goaltender falls on it again and stops the play. Starks and Frizzell both had a part in that shot. I'm not sure who took the initial one. But nevertheless, we have a stoppage of play again. Broadcasters Club members are Owatonna State Bank, Sherwin-Williams Paints, Owatonna Tool Company, and Smith Electric. Drop of the puck again now. Picked up again at the blue line by the Eagles. Number 9, Peter Macho, gets it down into the Owatonna end. Goes around behind the net now. Picked up there by Scott Fisher. Fisher around the back of the net with it. Tried to shoot it out from behind. Now it's picked up again by Owatonna. Coming after it is Buckley. Buckley into the corner, getting it over to Hansen. Hansen to Buckley. Buckley lost sight of it momentarily. Puck comes up against the boards now. Picked up there again by number 14, Ken Stark. Stark's over the blue line with it, trying to get it over to Hansen. Intercepted there again by Peter Macho. Macho shoots it across ice now. Picked up again by Frizzell. Frizzell can't get it anywhere. Starks goes up against the boards, and finally the puck is ruled dead. I'm sure because of the crowd in here, the kids are finding the ice a little bit softer. There's quite a bit of heat in the building that normally they don't have, and it is warm outside.
Well, it's exciting hockey. There's not even half this period quite gone yet, and a 1-1 score. Very, very good skating, both clubs.
8:01 left of this first period. 1 up is the score. Player winner goes to Rochester Thursday night. Drop of the puck again now. It's picked up by Scott Hansen. Hansen up to Carlson. Carlson bats it down into the New Ulm end. Goes up against the boards. Picked up there by Paul Macho again. Macho at the blue line for New Ulm. Now it's picked up there by number 12, Tim Steinbach. Steinbach tried to get it down. It was knocked back up now. Picked up by defenseman Paul Macho again. Macho getting it back down to Steinbach. Steinbach shoots, and nice save by Mischke. Gets it in his glove. Stops the play there.
These Mako boys, Todd, their father is the park and rec director over in New Ulm.
Is that right?
They've been playing hockey as long as I can remember. They're both good hockey players.
Okay, we have a tie game here at 1-1 in the first period. Drop of the puck again now. Down into the corner. Around the back of the net. Picked up there again by Scott Hansen. Hansen behind the net. Getting it back up and over to DeWord. Mike DeWord to Webster. Webster over the blue line now. Couldn't get it with any wood on the puck, and it's picked up again by Fisher. Against the boards now. Hansen going after it at center ice. Hansen with the puck, getting it back off to Carlson. Carlson to Webster again. Hard slap shot by Webster, goes into skates and is deflected again. Picked up again by number 19, Brian Meyer momentarily. We're going to have a penalty, tripping, and New Ulm will go in. Owatonna will put the power play to work for the first time tonight.
You can hear those fans are really in it. Those boos came out immediately when that referee called that trip on number 19.
Broadcasters Club members, Bozowski Sign Company, Les Holland and Ron Kingland of Courtesy Motors, Associated Milk Producers, SETI Sports Center, and Tincher Peterson and Sincock Insurance.
Steve Schmitz. No, that's Austin. Did you give the name, Todd? I guess.
What was it? Number 19. Number 19 is Brian Meyer in there for tripping. Okay, here's the power play now. Picked up by Owatonna after the faceoff. Brian Johnson out there. Johnson up. Gets around to the back of the net, over to the side now, back up to Buckley at the point. Buckley shoots it across, gets it over to Scott Hansen. Hansen getting it back down to Bruce Anderson in front of the net again. Puck comes back up to the center ice area. Buckley with it. Nice work with the power play, though. Passing it around well. Here comes Buckley again. Buckley over the blue line. Going down and around the back of the net. Sets it up in front. Nobody can get it there, and skating after it at center ice now is Christo. Christo at the blue line. Christo comes down across center ice with it again. Down over the blue line. Into the New Ulm end. And up against the boards, Christo is checked out of the play. It's picked up again by Scott Fisher for New Ulm. Fisher gets it up, and they dump it down into the Owatonna end and clear it out of their zone. So
35 seconds left in this penalty.
And skating after it behind his net is Scott Hansen. Hansen getting it back over to the right now. Picked up there again by Buckley. Buckley shoots it down to center ice. Now it's sent back down into the Owatonna end. Hansen with it. Hansen around the back of the net. He stops, takes a look, passing it off over to Buckley again. Buckley shooting it back down to Carlson now. Carlson over the blue line, brings it down over the blue line into New Ulm territory. Can't shoot, goes over to his left. Back over to Webster. Webster decides to fake a shot. Now he gets it up to Carlson to center. There's Scott Hansen with it. Goes into traffic. Oh, and Webster almost got a stick on it there. A lot of confusion around. It could have been a goal. Picked up by Carlson again now. Carlson against the boards. Puck coming back down across center ice again, and it goes to Buckley. Buckley shooting it back down into the New Ulm zone, and both teams now, or our team is, both teams are at full strength. Okay, drop the puck, and it goes back down across center ice now. Down into the Owatonna end. Shot is taken, goes into the corner. Back up again to Carlson. Carlson losing it there. Shot back down again. It goes around behind the net. Picked up again by New Ulm. Peter Mako with it. Mako shooting it up across and getting it over to Steinbach. Steinbach tries to shoot. Oh, furious activity, and they score! No, no. Oh, yes, they did.
Yep.
I thought the referee said no goal, but they did score. The initial save was made by Meschke. The puck bounced out and went right up over his shoulder on the second shot.
Exactly how it happened. That big stop that Meschke made, but there was no one there to catch the rebound, and they shot it right up in the very top part of the net. In fact, they almost shot it over the net. Let's see, that came at 4:54. New Ulm goes ahead of the Indians 2-1.
Okay, here we go again. Drop of the puck. Picked up now by Frizzell. Frizzell getting it over to Hansen. Hansen trying to pass it to center ice now. Down at center ice. It comes back again over to Kamholtz. Kamholtz coming down into the New Ulm zone, and it goes into the corner. Picked up there by number 17, Bill Fisher. Fisher getting it over to Hansen. Hansen shoots. Goes right to the crease now. Back over to Frizzell. Frizzell back to Kamholtz again. Kamholtz back to Frizzell. Frizzell misses it in the corner. Coming back over to Hansen. Hansen tries to set it up. Goes up in the air. Bats around at it. New Ulm picks it up. Goes behind their net. Steinbach with it now. Steinbach over to Davis. Davis shoots it down just to the blue line. Frizzell picks it up. We're going to have a penalty, and it's going to be on Diedrich.
Diedrich goes off. So the Indians will skate a man short for a minute and a half.
And I believe it's going to be for a hooking. Yes, it is. So we don't need that for sure. The New Ulm Eagles leading 2-1 here in this first period of play.
Well, it was one of those where Diedrich was checking the man with the stick, and he didn't quite have the puck at the time he checked him, and hooking was the call.
Okay, drop of the puck again now. Picked up again by New Ulm after the face-off. They control the puck. Hitchcock gets it now. Hitchcock getting it back down to Tim Steinbach. Steinbach, hard slap shot from the blue line. Steinbach gets it again, takes the shot, and Meschke falls on it there after he makes the save. Bounced out from his glove, and that's exactly the kind that happened before when they scored on us with a rebound shot.
Well, the Indians showed a lot of pressure about the middle 5 minutes or 6 minutes of this period. Really put it to them, but New Ulm stormed back, and actually now New Ulm has picked up the second goal to go ahead 2-1.
Broadcasters Club members, First National Bank, Gross Industrial Towel and Garment, Cy Hennis, Monarch Life Insurance Agent, Howie Standard, Owatonna State Realty, Rogers Interiors, and Pickner Income Tax Service on West Main. Okay, against the boards now. Picked up again around the back of the net. New Ulm with it. Right in the Owatonna zone there, trying to chip it away. Now it comes up to Carlson. Carlson getting it off to Webster. Webster goes to one man. Carlson's all alone, and he scores right there. Carlson scores a man short. Owatonna ties it up at 2-2. You can see it coming all the way.
What a pretty goal, and with a man short. And I think the most important thing is, Todd, they've got that combination back, because we've lost that combination of Carlson and Webster the last few games. We got some goals, but not pretty ones like that. Just super.
Yep, Bob deserved that one after last night when he tried so hard to put it in and he had such a time with it. It's all tied up now at 2-2, and Owatonna scores a man short. That's always a tough one on the opponent. Okay, to the right of the net now. Meschke kicks one away. It gets over to Buckley. Buckley shoots it back down to center ice now. Picked up again by Webster. Webster coming down across the blue line. Now it's picked up again by Bob Carlson. Carlson down over the blue line again. Comes into the New Ulm zone. Shot taken. Blistering shot. Goaltender knocked it away from his pads all the way out to center ice. Brenner again with it. Brenner getting it over to Carlson. Carlson to Webster, who's just over the blue line in the New Ulm zone now. Picked up again by New Ulm. Down across the blue line they come again. Pass to the right. Shot is taken. Meschke makes the save. Goes around the back of his net. Picked up again there by Peter Mako. Another shot taken from the blue line.
No.
Meschke missed it with his glove, and it went in.
Unbelievable. John doesn't miss many of those. He went with it with his glove for it instead of the stick, and he misjudged it. It went down below his glove and scooted right into the net.
Yep.
Tough one.
And he hit himself on the leg when he did it. He knew that he maybe should have used that stick.
Indians were a man short at the time, but that wipes out that penalty, of course. Let's see, New Ulm's number 2.
Scott Simpkins. Scoring from number 9, Peter Mako.
3-2 game. New Ulm in the lead.
Okay, drop of the puck again now. Coming down across center ice again, and we have a whistle right after the faceoff. Broadcasters Club members, the Wasik Brothers, Alexander Lumber Company, Blue Fountain Hairstylists on South Oak Street, Cashman Flower and Gift, and Dean Hartle, Farm Bureau Insurance Agent. At center ice now. Puck comes back down into the Owatonna end once again. Around the back of the net it goes. New Ulm in their own zone here. Owatonna getting it down there. Scott Hansen. Hansen gets it up in front. Shot is taken there by Brian Johnson. And the goaltender gets it in his glove. Saves it right there.
I'll tell you, that's a sharp goaltender, Todd. He snags those away in front of the players in front of the net and doesn't seem to bother him at all. That's number 30, Jeff Schugel. And let's see, what is he? Freshman or a junior? I mean,
we'll see. Number 30 is a 10th grader.
10th grader, sophomore.
Okay, drop of the puck again, coming over to Christo. Christo shoots, and once again, Schugel makes the save right in front of the net.
He's quick with that glove hand.
2 minutes and 41 seconds left of the period. It is 3-2 in favor of New Ulm.
Well, the Indians have had a lot of shots on net tonight.
So we'll have another drop of the puck to the left of the New Ulm goal here. There's the drop again, coming down in front of the net. Picked up there by number 13, Mike Hitchcock for New Ulm. Hitchcock shooting it down now, gets it down across center ice, and the puck goes down into the Owatonna end. Picked up there by Anderson. Number 6, Mike Anderson, gets it up again toward his goal. He gets it off to Scott Hansen now. Scotty shoots it over in the corner. Picked up there again by Brian Johnson. Johnson with the puck, gets it down across center ice now. Picked up there by number 12, Tim Steinbach, and the puck goes right down to Meschke. He stops it, lets it bounce out, and picking it up there once again is Mike Anderson. Anderson getting it back down and over to Bruce Anderson now. Bruce shoots it across ice, gets it over to Brian Johnson. Johnson shooting it down just over the blue line, and is picked up again by the Eagles. Mike Hitchcock with it. Hitchcock gets checked out of the play by Diedrich. Diedrich gets hung up in a leg and is picked up again there by Owatonna as it goes back. Now New Ulm picks it up, goes around one man, and checked out of the play there was New Ulm's number 12, Tim Steinbach, running into an Owatonna Indian. Frizzell now is picked up again on the boards there by Owatonna. Bruce Anderson with it again. Anderson getting up to Diedrich. Diedrich crosses the blue line, comes down across center ice now, passing it over to Anderson again. Anderson tried to get some wood on it, got it tangled up in his feet. Picked up again now by New Ulm, and they bring it down back into the Owatonna end, and it's shot down toward Buckley. Buckley shoots it over to his right, picked up by Hansen. Hansen shoots it down around the corner, and going after it for New Ulm is Scott Simpkins. Shot taken there right from the point again, goes through traffic around the back of the net. Minute and 9 seconds left of this first period of play. 3-2 favor of New Ulm. Puck at center ice now, picked up there again by Buckley. Buckley getting it back down to Hansen. Hansen back to Brunner. Brunner getting it back up to Mike Hansen again. He misses it. It goes into the New Ulm zone now. Back down into the New Ulm zone. New Ulm clearing it out again. Number 4, Scott Fisher. Fisher shooting it down. Shot is taken from center ice now to the right of the net. Picked up there in the corner. And is picked up again by Ken Starks. Starks getting it back down over to Frizzell. Frizzell with it, getting it back over to Starks once again. Starks coming down across the blue line, getting it back into the Owatonna end. And there's a shot taken. Just clear the pipe. That was a close one. In the corner now, picked up again by Starks. Starks again around the back of the net. Up against the boards there. Taken away by Brian Johnson. Johnson with it now. Comes out to the right of the net. Picked up by Mike Hansen. Nice pass to Hansen. Hansen over the blue line. 16 seconds left. Pass over to Starks. Starks takes the shot. Goes into the netting behind. Whistle is blown. 10 seconds left to go.
That line's been playing well. They're really doing a job. Indians continue to keep a lot of pressure.
They really do.
As they have throughout the game. When we give you the stats on the stops, you'll see what we mean. There's been an awful lot of shots on that goaltender, but Jeff Schugel again is holding up the team very well.
Okay, there's the drop of the puck again now, coming up to Webster. Webster shoots it, goes up in the air over to the corner. 5 seconds left of the period. Into the corner again, picked up there again by Owatonna. Bob Carlson getting the puck. Buzzer goes off. The Indians skate off, a goal down, 3-2 to New Ulm, in a team that has measured up to every expectation and fear that Coach Otto has expressed in the interviews during the course of the day today. Well, our pregame, or our period break now is being brought to you by the folks at Urbans, Wasik Brothers, and McDonald's here in Owatonna. We did have one score in region play. Apple Valley beat Lourdes 5-1, so Apple Valley will advance to meet Albert Lee at the Bloomington Ice Garden on the 3rd of March. That'll be Thursday night, and that'll be at 6:15 in the evening. Well, we're going to get to the statistics now in a minute. I want to mention again that Mutt Matachek and Urbans Heating and Air Conditioning want to wish all of the Owatonna Indians well in this tournament. They remind you also that if you're thinking about central air conditioning in your home for this summer, you should give them a call at 451-5180 and get information about the Lennox Total Comfort System. Urban Heating and Air Conditioning, 113 East Pearl in Owatonna. You know, a Total Comfort System keeps the temperatures even all through the home, brings fresh air inside, and removes the stale air and keeps humidity at a comfortable level. It filters, cleans, and circulates your air constantly and operates silently, and is designed so central air can be included or added easily and economically later on. So remember, it's Urbans and Mutt Matachek at 451-5180. Give them a call today. It'll be the most comfortable thing you ever do. Okay, Ken.
Okay, less than 2 minutes into the game, New Ulm opened up the scoring. It was number 9, Peter Mako, scoring on an assist from number 10, Terry Steinbach. The Indians only took about a minute and a half, and they came back to tie it up. It was number 7, Brian Johnson, on a very pretty pass by Bruce Anderson, and that made the score 1-1. New Ulm picked up a tripping penalty about the 7-minute mark, but no damage done there. And then New Ulm picked up their second goal. It was at 4:54. Number 14 getting the goal from Pat Davis, from number 10, Terry Steinbach, and number 9, Peter Mako. So it's that line that's doing the production. 2-1 New Ulm. Indians, again, didn't take very long getting back into it. In fact, they were shorthanded at the time as Mike Diedrich was off for a hooking penalty, but they went down on one of the prettiest pass plays we've seen all season, and it was Mark Webster carrying the puck down the right side. He hit Bobby Carlson going down the left wing. Bobby made no mistake on this one. He took his time, pulled that goaltender, and flipped it in to make it a 2-2 game. But New Ulm wasn't done at that point. 44 seconds, still having the man advantage. New Ulm got the go-ahead goal. It was number 2 on that goal. Scott Simpkins from number 9, Peter Mako. So Peter Mako has figured into all 3 of the New Ulm goals, Todd, and he is one of their star players. And of course, their goalie has to be the other star, because Jeff Schugel came up with 12 stops in that period. That's a big period for any goalie. And John Meschke had 6. So 3-2 game, New Ulm in the lead at this point.
Okay, Kenny, very good. I guess they're going over to the Bill's going over next door here to the New Ulm station for a minute. We're going to talk with him probably between the second and third period. We also are going to be talking with Tom Stanton. Oh, Tom's coming down across now. We may try to get him up here in this first period of play. Talk a little bit about the Senior League. Meantime, Kenny, would you like to mention that Pee Wee Invitational Tournament this weekend here at Owatonna?
Well, it's always a big one. A lot of the teams look forward to coming into it, and that's right, the Pee Wee Invitational, March 5 and 6, that Saturday and Sunday. We got teams from Egan, Edina West, Minnetonka, Austin, Rochester, Albert Lee, and St. Cloud, in addition to, of course, the Owatonna Elks Pee Wee team. That's a good lineup of names. It'll be a lot of fun, and encourage people to get out and watch these kids. The Indians have an excellent hockey team in their Elks Pee Wees, and I think they'll have a lot of fun. The Indians, by the way, play their first game at 11:20 in the morning on Saturday, March 5th.
Right, okay, and championship game is Sunday afternoon on the 6th of March at 2:00 p.m. Owatonna and Austin are one of the early tournament favorites. Okay, we're going to talk with Tom Stanton in just a minute from the Weber's Bar senior team. We'll do that after we do this for our sponsor. Yes, sir, and don't forget that this is KRFO FM Owatonna, and don't forget there's free coffee at McDonald's during breakfast hours. Well, Tom Stanton's up here with me now. He's the coach of the senior hockey team, and Weber's Bar senior team will be meeting the Mankato team coming up this Friday night at 8:15. They had quite a game against Albert Lee, winning at 8-4. Casey Kenovan had 5 goals for Owatonna. That's got to be one of his best, Tom.
Yes, I think so. That line really had a super third period, and all told, between the 3 guys, they had 13 points during the game. Casey had 5 goals, 1 assist. Doug Ellington had 4 assists and 1 goal, and Bob McEnany had 1 goal and 1 assist.
Oh, that's great. Well, of course, that eliminated Albert Lee. Your first game, you took it on the chin from Mankato 4-3. How are you looking at this one Friday night?
Well, I don't know. It's going to be another tough one with Mankato, I think. We've played them pretty close to even for most of the season. They've beaten us 2 times now, 6-3 in the first meeting. And then the second meeting we had with them, we beat them 3-2. Then we had a 3-3 standoff, and now in this playoffs, they beat us 4-3. But we've been out skating them, we've been out shooting them and everything else, but we just can't seem to put the puck in the net. And that game against Alberley was really fantastic because the guys just really hustled really hard in the third period, and we've been beat, I think, just about every game this year in the third period. And this time we turned it around and we won the third period.
Okay, now where does the winner go then Friday night?
Well, the winner will play Rochester on Saturday night, and if the winner can beat Rochester, then they would play Rochester again on Sunday to see who will be the winner of the tournament. Of course, Rochester's already sewed up a berth in the state tournament by beating Minnetonka, who they played last Saturday just before they started our tournament here. Going to the state tournament regardless of what happens in our tournament, but there's still, it's still a big thing for us because we want to go out there and win some more hockey games yet too.
Yeah, for sure. How are you physically? All good shape?
Yeah, not too bad. We just about lost Michael Morris the other night. He got checked on the ice in the first period, and he had to go to the emergency room at the hospital and check his eye. He was having a little problem with his vision, but they got things straightened out. He was back in time for the third period, and I think that was what really got everybody charged up. Steve Chadwick has been out with a bad shoulder, and we thought we lost him for the season, and I talked to Dr. McEnany last night, and it sounds like Chad's going to be playing with us Friday night, so that's really going to help us out.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Well, thought I'd just mention that now what is the situation if you would need another game Sunday night at 6 to determine a champion?
Well, if Rochester got beat, see, it's a double.
I see. If Rochester got beat, then yeah. I see. Okay, that's not probably maybe too likely, huh?
No, not really. Rochester's really got a super fine hockey team, and there are a lot of older guys on the team, but they're really experienced and they really know what's going on. They play real well together. They pass real well, and it's just really a fine hockey team.
Oh, sounds great. Well, we wish you luck on Friday night. That'll be at 8:15, and we hope you come out. It's a good ice time, so you can come out here and see a great hockey game. Is there admission at the door for this one?
Yes, there is, Todd. It's $1 a game.
Very good. Okay, well, I'm going to check our broadcast schedule. I don't think we got anything Friday night, and it might be kind of fun just to come up here and do that game and let the folks at home know what the situation, let them hear some senior league hockey, which I guess you might compare to the college level a little bit, possibly.
Well, it's pretty close to that. We think it's good hockey. We've had a real fine tournament so far, some real good games. We've had some that have been a little bit lopsided, but all in all, I think it's been a real good tournament so far.
Yeah, good. Well, good luck to you Friday night, Tom. I hope you can come up with a win, and the winner will meet Rochester Saturday night. Again, that'll be at 9:30 at the Four Seasons building here in Owatonna, and so there's a couple of real fine hockey games, and regardless of whether or not Owatonna's in it, should be a fine game even on Saturday night. And you won't have this here every year at this arena, so it'd be a chance for people to come and see it, while it's here.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody puts in for it, or whoever feels they want it, and we decided that we wanted to have playoffs here because we haven't exposed the public in Owatonna too much to the senior team so far, and except for our regular games, and we wanted to give them a chance to see some of the teams, especially this year. All the teams are real fine hockey teams, and it's been a real fine season.
Great. Okay, thanks again, Tom, for coming up here, and I think we should thank again the gang at Weber's Bar for their sponsorship of the team, because they kind of make it go, don't they?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Tom, thanks again, and we'll be back now in just a minute after we do this. Okay, back here. Just wanted to ask Tom again what you thought of that first period of hockey.
That was really something else, Todd. This New Ulm team really looks fine. They've passed the puck real well and everything. I think Owatonna's had a little bit, they've been a little bit shaky in the net, though. That last goal that New Ulm got was
that was really a tough one.
Yeah, that was a tough one to take. But I think that Owatonna's going to come back and they're really going to put it to them.
Okay, let's hope so. Thanks, Tom. Well, we're almost underway here with this period and our period break program over with here now as the Owatonna Indians come out on the ice, as well as the New Ulm Eagles. Want to again thank our cheerleaders for the season. We haven't mentioned them too often. Aaron McEnany, Molly Hart, Mary Prohaski, Mary Cry, Carolyn Kisbert, Pat Pofall. They just do a great job for us here, and we're proud to have them with us at every game. The pep band is here tonight. Great gang of kids, and tournament fever is here, I guess, Ken.
Oh, it is for sure, Todd. You can just feel it in the air. And, of course, New Ulm is flying high. I was talking to a fellow who's working over here on the radio. He's a Pee-wee coach over at New Ulm. And, you know, they've just got a lot of pride in these kids because they've been working hard putting this team together over the years. And they have got some young players who are in the scoring. So they've got some freshmen and sophomores coming up. And they'll probably have good high school hockey for a couple more years. He said that their Bantam and Pee-wee program has suffered a little bit because again, it's a natural thing with a new program where you put too much emphasis in one area and let the other drop off.
Yeah. Well, okay, we're about ready to roll here. Don't forget, too, we talked about tournaments. The Pee-wee Invitational Tournament is this weekend, and also the Owatonna Squirt Invitational Tournament is March 12th and 13th. We'll be telling you more about that as we get a little closer to the time. Okay, we've gotten one score in, 5-1 Apple Valley over Lourdes, and Red Wing, of course, defeated Bishop Whipple 5-4 in double overtime here tonight. All right, there's the drop of the puck now. As the puck goes sailing over to the left now. Back down into the Owatonna end. Shot is taken toward Meschke. He kicks it away now. Gets it over to the corner. Picked up there by Brenner. Brenner over to Webster again. Webster shoots it down across center ice. Picked up now by Mike DeWord. DeWord over the blue line. Passing it off to Carlson. Oh. Carlson shoots it. Hit the pipe and went over to the right. Over to the corner now. Hit it right up in the corner. It hit the pipe and out again. Picked up again now by number 13, Mike Hitchcock. Hitchcock with it, getting it back over to Scott Simpkins of the Eagles. Simpkins shooting it over to his right, getting it off to Brian Mayer. And Mayer bringing it down into the Owatonna end. Around the back of the net it goes now. Back over to Buckley again. Buckley getting it down to Carlson. Carlson over the blue line. Shoots it across ice, getting it over toward Webster. Couldn't get it. Now it's picked up by Mike DeWord again. DeWord shooting it back up. It goes to Brenner at center ice. He misses it there. And Buckley shoots it back down. It's picked up again there by number 12, Tim Steinbach. Steinbach shooting it over across the blue line. He's tripped up there, but no penalty is called on Buckley. Around the back of the net it goes. Right in the crease there. Carlson finally knocks it out there. It was dangerously close. Now picked up again by Simpkins. Simpkins in the corner with it now. Simpkins along with Carlson. Around the back of the net. Skating after it. Peter Mako. Mako against the boards with it. Coming up with it, those Carlson. Carlson shooting it back over toward Mike Hansen as they're trying to get a shift of lines there. Picked up now by Mike DeWord, and finally Carlson and DeWord go off. Hansen skates after it now. Up against the boards, getting it back up again to Buckley. Buckley shooting it back down just below us here. Coming up the center ice, Mike Hansen with it. Hansen getting it back over to Frizzell. Frizzell shooting it down through. Another shot taken. Goes up over the top of the net by Diedrich. Now it's in the corner again. Picked up again there by Frizzell. Frizzell shooting it, and it hits his stick and bounces down into the Owatonna end again. And it comes off the boards, going across center ice. Hard slap shot taken, and goes up over Meschke's head over to the corner. Play in front of the net again. Shot taken again. Owatonna's down 1 goal. It's 3-2 in favor of New Ulm. Picked up there again by Terry Steinbach. Steinbach around the back of the net now. Shot is taken. Meschke makes the initial save, and they score again.
John made that save, but again, heavy traffic in front of the net, and a stick came across the ice. I didn't even see which player from New Ulm, and he batted the puck, and in it went. Indians had a couple of those type of things in front of the New Ulm goal, but they're not getting those kind of breaks. Number 10 was awarded the goal, which would be Terry Steinbach. That's supposedly their strongest player, Todd. 14 getting the assist, Matt Davis. So New Ulm goes ahead 4-2.
All right, and so we have a little equipment change here, a little equipment work there done by Bob Carlson. He got a suspender that came off or something. Referees watched that pretty close, but We're going to have a drop of the puck now here at center ice. Indians down 2 goals now. It's 4-2 in favor of New Ulm. Mike DeWord now. DeWord getting it down toward the blue line. Back up again to Webster. Webster with the puck now. Coming down across the blue line. Getting it off toward DeWord again. Goes into traffic. Back up to center ice now. Picked up at center. Back to Webster again now. Webster down over the blue line. Webster with it. Shooting it over to the left. Carlson can't get a stick on it though. Comes back up to center ice. Mike DeWord skates after it. DeWord over the blue line now. Up against the boards. Whistle is blown. And we're going to have a stoppage of play. Broadcasters Club members, Owatonna State Bank, Owatonna Tool, Sherwin-Williams Paint, Smith Electric, Brennan Brothers Excavating, Floor Crafters Incorporated, Dale Bishman and Howard Schutte, Farmers Group Insurance Agent, Wasik Brothers, Alexander Lumber, Blue Fountain Hairstylist, Cashman Flower and Gift, and Dean Hartle Farm Bureau Insurance. Drop of the puck again now. Webster to Carlson. Carlson comes down over to Webster. Oh, beautiful move there, but Webster was wide of the goal. So pretty, too. Back at the blue line. Back over to Scott Hansen now. Hansen shoots it across ice. Getting him back over to Hitchcock for New Ulm. Hitchcock with it. He's up against the boards along with DeWord. Carlson comes in after it. Finally, the puck is frozen. That was so... I could have almost bet that was going to go in.
Well, it was a nice pass again. Those passes are working well, but that time Webby just couldn't put it in, and our timing may be a second or two off, but it's very close, and let's hope that the Indians will get on track.
Okay, drop of the puck again now. Picked up there again by Mike Hansen. Hansen shooting it down into the corner. Against the boards now. And back of the net now. Coming up over to the other corner. Picked up there by Owatonna's number 10, Bruce Anderson. Anderson trying to get it up there. A goaltender freezes it up against the pipe. No, it's still in motion there. Didn't see anything happening. Now it's picked up again by Owatonna at center ice. Buckley grabs the puck. Shoots it down over one's New Ulm stick. Now back down to Brian Johnson. Johnson over the blue line. Gets it up in front. Johnson with it again. Putting it up there in front. Bruce Anderson takes a crack at it. Hits the pipe. Bounces off to the right. The goaltender was down. But again, we were just that far off where we couldn't put it into pay dirt. Picked up against the boards again now. Picked up by Brian Johnson. Johnson slap shot. Goes wide of the net. And it goes around the back of the net now. Picked up there again by Paul Mako. Mako shoots it across ice. It's intercepted there by Bruce Anderson again. Anderson with it. Can't hold on to it. Puck comes back down to Buckley. Buckley shoots it down. Goes around the corner, around the back of the net. It hit the glass on the top, so the referee decided to stop the play.
Well, the Indians, a lot of pressure on New Ulm, but they are behind 4-2, and they've got to keep that pressure on them and bust through and get that third goal and get rolling.
11:04 left of the second period. Broadcasters Club of the Gandy Company, Ed's GMC Incorporated, Sales and Service. Also the Farmers Feed and Supply and LD's Auto Parts and Federated Insurance and Gillespie Real Estate. After the face-off now, or Gillespie Beauty Shop rather. Around the back of the net now it goes down into the Owatonna end after the face-off. Skating after it there is Webster. Webster skates it down across center ice. He loses the puck there. Picked up by Peter Mako again. Mako shoots it to center ice. Back again to Carlson. Carlson takes the hard slap shot. Goaltender gets it in his glove and practically knocks him out of the box.
It was a tough one. The goaltender reached away out long to the left, low, and it looked like Carlson had that corner.
He had her.
But the goaltender came up with a big one again. Jeff Schugel from New Ulm.
Okay, and so we will have Webster out there at center ice now. After the face-off, back over to Anderson. Mike Anderson shoots it, goes wide of the pipe now. Indians keeping it down in the New Ulm zone well here the last 3 minutes. In the corner now, picked up again by Carlson. Carlson can't hold on to it. New Ulm around the back of the net again now. Fisher gets it. Fisher in the corner. Turns around with it. Fisher clearing it out of his zone. Gets it back down to Peter Mako again. Mako with it. Back over to Webster. Webster can't hold on to it, and it's goes back down over to Fisher again. Now back over to Mike DeWord. DeWord goes through traffic. Gets it off to Carlson. Beautiful rebound shot to Webster. Or a beautiful pass, and Webster again just missed the pipe. Went around behind the net. Back over to Bob Carlson now. Carlson shoots, goes up and out of play. A beautiful pass again, and Webster could not connect.
Well, they've been all over the New Ulm players and the goalie in that New Ulm zone, but they just simply cannot buy a goal yet. And there's 10 minutes left in this period, so 5 minutes, and I'd say 4 of those have been spent down in the New Ulm zone. Really tough.
Really tough.
This happened to us last night, too.
Ken Starks with it now after the faceoff is picked up by New Ulm momentarily. Tim Steinbach with it. Steinbach shoots it over to his left. Mike Hansen skates after it now. Hansen around the back of the net. 9:45 left to go in the second period. Owatonna down 2 goals at center ice now. Puck over to the left. Picked up again by New Ulm, and they have an offsides called on them, so we'll have a stoppage of play. There's been no penalties in this second period. It's just been good, fast hockey.
And it has been fast. A lot of hard skating, and the Indians keeping that pressure, as we say, on them in their zone. But so far, we're not getting the goals.
Broadcasters Club members, Harlan's Tire Service, Highlight Homes, Kotke Jewelers, Aries Frigidaire Appliance Repair. Puck back down into the New Ulm end now. Hansen with it. Hansen shoots it in the corner. Going after it for the Eagles is Mako. Paul Mako goes in the corner. Back over to Ken Starks again now. Starks in the side. Trying to rebound it in. Oh, they tried to get it over to Frizzell. Frizzell couldn't get a stick on it. In front now. Goes right through the crease again. Back up to the point. Brunner with it. Brunner shooting it back down over to the right of the net now. Picked up there again by Paul Mako. Mako around the back of the New Ulm net. Puck is sailed down into the Owatonna end where icing will be called. And I'll tell you one thing. You can't say the Indians aren't putting the pressure on in the offensive zone.
No, they're doing their job. They're forechecking well, and the coaches know it. And, of course, well, obviously they know it. They're telling them they're doing things right, I guess is what I was trying to say, and not to lose their spirit, because those goals will come if they can keep the pressure on.
Okay, we'll have a drop of the puck again. Bob Carlson out there at center ice with it. With the face-off. Drop of the puck goes over to the left now. New Ulm controlling it. Fisher gets it. Fisher shoots it in the corner now. Back up to Scotty Hansen again. Hansen shoots it around. Carlson! Oh, just right of the pipe again now. Picked up again by Carlson. Carlson skates around after it. Over to the corner now. Back up to Scott Hansen again. Hansen puts it up in front. Over to Carlson. Carlson can't get any wood on it, and it's picked up now by New Ulm. Pat Davis, they finally clear it out. Up in front of the net now. Shot is taken, but not much power on it. Knocked away by Meschke. Round the back of the net again. Picked up there by Owatonna. In their own zone now. Owatonna brings it down again. Shooting it across ice. Starks tried to get it. Knocked away by, well, it goes back to Starks now. It's center ice now. Ken Starks over the center ice. Hard slap shot. Beautiful save again by Schugel. And he really blistered that one in from the blue line.
Well, Schugel's got a fast glove hand, and I don't think the Indians are going to do too much scoring from a long ways out.
Yep.
I think they're going to have to work that puck in on the good play of the Lions. And, of course, they have been trying to do that, but that time they needed to change the lines anyway, so they just let the puck go from the blue line.
Okay, drop of the puck again now will be right to the left of the net. Picked up now after the faceoff by Buckley. Buckley shoots, goes around the back of the net. Over to Brunner now. Brunner again, getting it down. Brunner shoots it right into a stick. Comes to center ice. Picked up again there by Brian Johnson. Johnson getting it back over to Owatonna's Bruce Anderson. Anderson in front, tries to get it off to Christo. Can't do it. Goes back again to Brunner. Brunner takes the shot just wide of the pipe again. Goaltender got a stick on it or a foot on it as it went by. Now up to New Ulm again in their own zone. Fisher gets it. Fisher shoots it back over, getting it off to Hitchcock again. Hitchcock losing it over there to Bruce Anderson. There's a shot by Brian Johnson right in the crease. Again, the goaltender gets it under his glove, and it was oh so close. Can't believe it, Ken. I can't believe it.
No, it is. You know, there isn't. We haven't got that many stops recorded for Jeff Schugel yet this period, but we've had so many close ones. We've had pipes. We've had pile-ups in front of the net. We've had just about everything.
They've got to come if we keep going at them like this. I guess I would say 3/4 of the play here has been down in the offensive zone of Owatonna.
Right.
Okay, drop of the puck again. Back to Carlson. Carlson shoots, rebounds off his, or deflects off his skates now. Back up to Carlson again. Carlson goes down in the corner with it there. Two New Ulm men after him. Puck coming out, New Ulm with it. Carlson manages to hold on to it, gets it in the corner again now, still working on it. Back over toward Owatonna's number 5. And taking a shot there was Mike DeWord, and he was sitting at the defensive zone.
You know, there was at least 2 people that were screening that goaltender. The puck was low, just a couple inches off the ice, but Jeff Schugel from New Ulm, the goaltender, made the stop again and stopped the play.
So we have a 4-2 hockey game in favor of New Ulm here tonight. The winner goes on. There's a shot taken right after the face-off there, again by Bruce Anderson, or by Mike Anderson, rather. Mike Anderson with it at the point again, takes another shot, goes through the center area, back over to Mike DeWord now. DeWord up against the boards with it. He's checked. Webster goes after it, getting it in a corner, nobody there for it. Webster going after it, but number 17, Bill Fisher, shoots it around and up the center ice. And skating after it again is Mike DeWord. DeWord with it, getting it over to Anderson again. Anderson shooting it back up to Carlson now. Carlson to Webster. Webster with it, down over the blue line. Mark Webster with it, getting it around the back of the net. Over to the corner, couldn't get the shot off. And Mike DeWord freezes the puck up against the boards as he falls down, and so we'll have a stoppage of play. And Broadcasters Club members, Thunderbird Aviation of Owatonna, Viracon Incorporated, Woodridge Ludford Funeral Home, Paul Arnfelt Real Estate and Insurance, Kriskow's Pharmacy, Duffy's Fairway, Lindgren's Photography, and Brown Photo Service. Okay, dropping the puck again now to Brunner. Brunner shoots it back down into the New Ulm end. Now it's center ice again. Picked up again by New Ulm. Frizzell going after it. Frizzell can't hold on to it. Picked up at the blue line again there. And they're tripped up at the blue line. No penalty call. Picked up there again by number 14, Pat Davis. Davis loses it there. Frizzell gets it, bats it down into the New Ulm end.
No icing.
Bill Fisher with it around the back of the net for the Eagles. Fisher getting it over to Peter Mako again. Mako shoots it up to center ice now. Skating after it is Terry Steinbach, but Buckley beats him to it. Shoots it back down just into the center ice area. Puck is frozen up against the boards.
Brenner holds number 9 from New Ulm off to freeze that puck so that the Indians can get in position again. Number 9 is Peter Mako.
6 minutes and 6 seconds left of this second period, and it is 4-2. Owatonna's just got to put one in at least in this second period here to close the gap. At center ice now. New Ulm over the blue line again with it. Back down just in front of the Owatonna net. Nobody shoots there. Picked up by Frizzell. Frizzell loses it. Goes back to Buckley. Buckley shoots it up to the blue line there. Buckley skates back down around behind in front of the Owatonna net now, and he really zings as he goes around. Puts that old Buckley crouch to it, down over the center ice area. Gets it off to Frizzell. Frizzell over the blue line, down into the end. He shoots. Hits the goaltender skate again. Knocks it away, and we're going to have a face-off down at the other end. I don't know what the signal is the referee's giving, but there will be a face-off at center ice.
I don't know if
that's a new signal. I've never seen that one before.
I don't know if he's giving the signal with his leg or if he's got a sore leg or what it is.
Okay, well, he's trying to explain to Mike Hansen what he meant, I guess. But anyway, they brought it up inside the blue line for the face-off, which was a disadvantage to Owatonna for some reason or another. 5:38 left. Puck goes over to the right again now. Picked up again by New Ulm. New Ulm over the blue line. Kicks it off to the right now. Mike Hitchcock with it. Hitchcock losing it over there to DeWord. DeWord getting it over to Webster now. Webster shooting up across the blue line. It goes back into the Owatonna end. Buckley with it now. Buckley around the back of the net. Getting it up against the boards now. Picked up again by Owatonna. Coming up, here comes Carlson. Carlson over the blue line. Brings it down into the New Ulm zone. Tries to shoot it through traffic. Webster takes the shot. Just goes wide of the pipe. Over to the corner. Up against the boards. Let it hard slap shot. And a score there by number 5, Mike DeWord.
I'll tell you, Todd, that came only because of the fact that the goalie was screened. I mean by that was a good shot by Mike, but the goaltender's been hot from that far distance out. And we'll have to see. Yes, they do give an assist to Bobby Carlson. So it's Mike DeWord scoring in the upper left-hand corner. Bobby Carlson assisting at 5:05 to bring the score to 4-3. New Ulm still in the lead.
4-2-3. Well, that makes it look a little better here in the second period of play for sure. Broadcasters Club members, Hammers Fashion Center, Jostens, King Tut's Pizza Palace, Lindsay Softwater, Malm Jewelers, Nielsen Paint, American Legion Post 77, and Hirsch Motors of Owatonna. At the blue line now, back down over to Kamholtz. Kamholtz losing it there. Puck goes down into the Owatonna end. Brian Johnson skates after it. Johnson shoots it around the back of his net. Gets it off to Bruce Anderson again now. Anderson with it in the corner. Gets it up to Johnson again. Johnson brings it up to center ice now. Gets it off to Anderson. Anderson over the blue line. He's chopped from behind. Comes up to New Ulm again. And New Ulm shoots it back down into the Owatonna end. It goes by Meshke. And Christo goes after it. Or Kamholtz goes after it. Against the boards now. Oh, shot almost taken from in front. Now picked up again by Johnson. Johnson down across center ice again. Takes the hard slap shot. Goaltender gets it in his chest and his glove. You can hear it all the way up here. And again, the puck has sailed down across center ice and is picked up there by Scott Hansen. Hansen with it. Shoots it across ice. Gets it back over to Kamholtz. Kamholtz shoots it down across ice and lengthwise, getting it over toward Anderson. Anderson goes up against the boards with it again now. He's being chased there by New Ulm. Picked up there by New Ulm's Peter Mako. Hard slap shot again! And Brian Johnson scores it from the center ice.
Brian Johnson, I don't know if there's a tip-in. We'll wait and see, but the Indians came back about a minute and 10 seconds and picked up that tying goal.
And Owatonna ties it up by a score of 4-4.
We'll have to see who the goal was credited to because Johnson took the shot and it was a tip-in. Yes, it was. The tip-in was made by...
let's see. Actually, the goal was credited to number 2, Cam Holtz, and Brian Johnson tipped it in then.
No, the other way around.
Should have been the other way around.
Brian took the shot. Cam Holtz got the goal.
Right. Okay, we got our numbers mixed up down there. Okay, at the center ice area now. Puck is dropped again. Owatonna takes another shot from Mike DeWord, and another beauty stop there right in the corner by Jeff Schugel. The Indians are hot, and this crowd has absolutely gone nuts in here.
Yeah, that was a good shot, too. Mike got it off, and he was catching it just on the inside of the pipe, and high-scoring 4-4 game right now.
All tied up. 3:44 left of the second period. Drop of the puck again now. Coming back to New Ulm. Picked up there by number 12, Tim Steinbach. Steinbach getting it across center ice now. Down into the Owatonna end. Puck goes down into the corner with it. And picked up by Buckley. Buckley shoots it around the back of the net now. Picked up there by Brian Meyer. Meyer shoots it over to center ice area. Bob Carlson with it now. Carlson gets it off over to Webster. Webster over to the right there. Goes up in the corner with it. He's hampered by number 4, Scott Fisher. Webby loses it in back of the net now. Puck comes up against the boards. Tied up game here in the second period. Down into the Owatonna end once again it goes, and Buckley skates after it. Buckley in the corner, picked up again by Carlson. Carlson shooting it across ice again. Now Webster with it. Webster can't get to the puck. Picked up again by Mike DeWord. DeWord over the blue line. Back over to Webster again now. Webster with it, shooting it up in center. Bob Carlson shoots, goes up and over the net. Carlson had a beautiful chance at it right there. And did he ever do a beautiful job of twirling around and getting himself in the shooting position in just an instant of a second.
Well, we've had a lot of opportunities, but the New Ulm team has been tough, and especially their goaltender, Schugel, who has really stopped a lot of pucks tonight.
Okay, well, we're ready for dropping to the puck, and it comes back down to center ice now. Mike Anderson with it. Anderson gets it over to Hansen. Hansen shoots it down into the New Ulm zone again now. Picked up at the blue line now. Picked up there by Frizzell. Frizzell getting over to Diedrich. Diedrich over to Frizzell again. Frizzell in front of the net. Back again to the blue line and coming back up again across center ice and down into the Owatonna. And there's the shot taken on Meschke. And Meschke gets it around the back of the net as he knocks it away from himself with his gloves. Diedrich holds on to the puck going through traffic. Gets a pass off to Frizzell again. And Frizzell shoots it down as he goes off the ice. And it goes down into the New Ulm end. Corner. Diedrich with the puck, getting it over to Hansen. Oh, there's another shot taken. There's a pile up in front of the net. Puck goes loose again, over to the corner. Diedrich up against the boards with it now. Picked up by New Ulm. Paul Mako with it. Mako around the back of his net. It shot all the way down into the Owatonna end. It goes by Meschke, and icing is called.
Todd, you can tell the tempo of the game. All the Indians standing up in the box watching the play, and the New Ulm players sitting down.
Yep.
And that's just typical of what happens when a team starts to come up and scoring goals.
Minute and 51 seconds left of this second period. The score is all tied up at 4-4. What an exciting second period of hockey. And Owatonna was at one time down by 2 goals. Okay, picked up again by Brenner after the faceoff. Now takes a shot, goes into traffic. New Ulm picking it up. Brian Meyer with it now. Meyer in front, coming off to Buckley. Buckley shoots it back down to the corner. Now over to Carlson. Carlson's checked up against the boards with it, and the puck is frozen there.
1 minute and 35 seconds to go. 4-4 score. Indians coming back from a 4-2 deficit position very early in this second period.
And this is KRFO FM, Owatonna, Minnesota. Okay, back over to Carlson. Carlson shoots, and is kicked away again by the goaltender. He was right in front. They're giving him fits from in front of the net. There's Carlson again. Carlson getting over to Webster. It goes around the back of the net, and it looks so good. Webster has been having trouble. You know, the middle of the season, Webster was really hot, but he's having trouble getting the puck in the net.
Well, that was almost an impossible angle. I don't know. Webby was shooting from a pretty wide, but he must have been able to see an inch of daylight or so when he let fly with that shot.
Minute and 24 seconds left of this very exciting second period of hockey. It's all tied up. Carlson takes the shot. Oh, goaltender falls down on it there. Gets it there again, and Carlson really drilled it into him once again from almost the same place.
Father Carlson is standing over here suffering a lot, too.
Broadcasters Club members: Haberman Supplies, Danette's Beauty Salon, KSW Roofing and Heating, Linda Kugel Chevrolet Cadillac, McCarthy Plumbing and Heating, National Tree Expert Jerry McGrath of the Oakdale Motel and Trailer Court, Vern Ehlers of Hines Insurance Agency. Another shot taken after the faceoff. That one by number 15, Christo, and the puck is stopped again by Schugel. Dropping the puck again now, and right after the puck is dropped, once again the whistle is blown.
They were trying to get a change of lines out there, New Ulm was. was, that is, and so the other official saw it, so he blew his whistle quickly.
All right, so we have a drop of the puck over to the left of the New Ulm net once again.
Seems like we've been down there
there a long time. Brian Johnson takes the shot. Nice save again there by Schugel. He knocks it away. Picked up again over in front of the net there. Johnson over to Christo. Christo can't shoot it. Get over to Johnson. Oh, right in front of the net. Goaltender reaches for it and stopped it there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yes, it is. They're putting everything to them. They've outplayed them so badly, but yet the score doesn't tell the story.
4-4 is the score right now.
I think the guys will just have to settle down a little and work that puck around. Yep. They're taking some very quick shots, which is good. They'll go in too, but
a little more preparation might just prove to be the winning thing. There's Webster with it. Webster takes the shot, goes up and out of play.
Again, that one has to make him unhappy because he was unmolested. It was brought back to him right in the slot, and yet he shot it up and out over the glass.
Well, see, Mark had a goal in the last. He had 2 goals in the last game, right. So I guess he really hasn't been having. He's just been having trouble tonight getting it in there. Okay, we'll have a drop of the puck at center ice now. There it goes over to the right now. Picked up again by New Ulm, number 9, Peter Mako. Mako with it, takes the shot, goes around behind the net there. A hard shot from Mako. Bob Carlson now. Carlson getting it back down to DeWord. DeWord with it over the blue line. Back to Carlson. Carlson shoots. Rebound by DeWord. He couldn't get it to him. Now it's picked up again by Fisher. Fisher for New Ulm. 39 seconds left. Puck coming down into the Owatonna end. Into the corner now. Picked up again there by Carlson. Carlson getting it over to Buckley. Buckley over in the corner. Picked up there again by Webster. Webster with it now. Coming down across the blue line. Picked up there at center ice now. Carlson. Carlson getting it down to Webster. Really a hard check, and we're going to have a penalty, and it's going to be on Buckley.
That was a check.
You bet it was. He knocked him right off his feet. Whistle isn't blown yet. The goaltender is out of the net. Finally, the whistle is blown. Buckley is going to be penalized, and let's see what it's for.
I don't know exactly what they will call it because
he really upended him, I'll tell you that.
Charging, they're going to call it. I don't know. It's a tough one to believe, but I guess he's the referee.
Broadcasters Club members include VFW Post 3723, Urbon Heating and Air Conditioning, TBL Incorporated, agents for Whitty and Werner Transportation, SNL, RNC Appliance, Paphras Paint Bar, Olson Grain and Feed, Farm and Home, and Gilner's. And look at Otto. He is not happy with that call either.
Oh, I think it was a good check is what I thought it was. But
okay, now we'll start the second period off, a man short. And it's 4-4 right now. Puck is in the corner down in the Owatonna end. There's the end of the second period. And Owatonna ties it up, scoring 2 goals here in the second period. The score now 4-4. But remember, we do start off the second period 1 man short. Well, we'll get to our period break here. We're going to hear from Bill Carlson. We'll also be talking with Dana Eisman, the team manager here tonight. First of all, I want to remind you of our sponsors here for this period break. One of them is First Federal Savings, and we're going to hear a word from them. Well, okay, we got a 4-4 hockey game here. In fact, I think Ken, Coach Otto was having a little nose-to-nose discussion with a referee at the end of that period.
Well, he certainly was, and it was on that charging call that was placed on Buckley. I thought it was, sure, it was a tough check, but it was a very clean check, and I guess I didn't see the charging. Technically, you're supposed to stride 3 paces before you hit the man, and I thought Buckley and he were striding right together when he hit him. But in any event, Buckley did go off at the 12-second mark, so the Indians will be a man short for 1 minute and 48 seconds going into that third period. New Ulm had the upper hand in the first period, at least on the scoring. It was 3-2, although the Indians outshot them 2-1 in that first period. And New Ulm didn't stop there. When they got 2.5 minutes, or 2 minutes and 10 seconds rather, into this second period, they went ahead 4-2. It was a goal by number 10, Terry Steinbach, one of their big players, from number 14, Pat Davis. That's the way it was, even though the Indians stormed that New Ulm net. They put shot after shot on Jeff Schugel, and the ones that they didn't put on Schugel, they were hitting pipes. They were missing the net narrowly, sometimes widely, sometimes over the net, but just kept that puck in the zone all the time. And finally, about 9 or almost 10 minutes into the second period, before they picked up their third goal, that particular goal came from number 5, Mike DeWord, and it was a beautiful shot. The pass came from Bobby Carlson. That brought the score to 4-3. It only took about a minute for the Indians to then tie it up, and it was a good shot by number 7, Brian Johnson, from about 10 feet inside the blue line, and although he did the shooting, it was number 2, Corey Hamholtz, who did the tip in, and that tied it up at 4-4. Only the one penalty in the second period. As we said, Buckley for charging, and he'll stay in the penalty box for a minute and 48 seconds. Stops. John Meschke only had to come up with 4 that period, whereas Jeff Schugel had to make another 12, which matched his first period performance. So Schugel's got 24 to Meschke's 10, and that's a tie 4-4 score.
Well, as we get to the end of this season here, we should talk to the team manager, Dana Eisman. And Dana is kind of an interesting story of how he got started being the team manager, because I don't think he really ever played hockey before. Did you?
No, I haven't.
He just came up and asked Duds one day if he could be the team manager, and you were it. Is that right?
Yeah, I asked him, and he said, because a guy from last year wasn't coming back, and I asked him, and he said, sure. I could be it, so I said,
you didn't even have to try out or anything?
No, I didn't have to. It's hard, though. I mean, I'd rather be playing it than being a manager. There's a lot more work to it, and I thought there'd be. But it's, you know, you get your fringe benefits and stuff.
Oh, yeah, you sure do. Right now, Dana's out here skating on a practice with the guys. Do you usually get out and skate with them a little bit, or what?
Yeah, I usually come out and warm up about the first hour and a half, and they just do warm-ups and stuff and shoot on the goalies. In the second half, they work on power plays and stuff, and I go in the room and take care of things that happen in there.
Well, Dana's dad is the athletic director at Pillsbury College, right?
Yeah, right.
And he played football here his senior year at Owatonna High School. But are you senior?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. And he also played at Rosemont, which who came down here to play us. You knew some of those kids?
Yeah, I knew some of them. I knew Mike Curry. He's the captain. That's about all, because they only had about 3 seniors on their club.
Oh, I see. Well, what's your job as team manager on a practice night, for instance, here at the rink?
We just get the towels ready for the guys, so after they come in, they take a shower, and we just hand out the towels right there. We straighten up. We have a little athletic room back there where we have all extra equipment and stuff, and we take care of that, and we give them tape. We have a room full of tape back there, and we just give them all things they need before practice and everything.
I see. How about an away game now? You have to make darn sure you got everything on the bus, I suppose.
Yeah, away games are a little more tedious. They're a lot of work. We have to, first of all, we have to make sure all the guys have 2 sticks, because the school provides them, and we got to make sure each guy has 2 good sticks, and we have to pack those in bags, and we usually pack about, I'd say 60 of them, and we got to make sure they all get there in the goalie sticks, and we bring about 16 rolls of tape so they can tape their ankles and their shin pads, and we bring ice packs so that, you know, when they get hurt there, we don't have to run out and get snow, and we got to make sure all this is there. And it's really, and we've got to bring our own towels because the other teams don't provide them. Yeah, so we have to bring the towels and pack them up when we're ready to leave and everything.
I see. You haven't forgot anything then so far?
No, I haven't. I haven't. Sometimes we just made it in the tape area, you know. The guys we had about 1 roll left, but we've had everything so far.
Well, that's great, Dana. Good. Well, you've been a fine manager, really. You really get close to the guys. I've often wondered when a fella breaks a stick, how you know which one to grab right away in here to get out to him out there.
Oh, well, we write all their names on them. We let them pick them out, and then either we do or they write their names on them, and they put their numbers so we can find them.
I see.
They tape their own sticks and everything and have their own names.
Good. What are you going to do now when you graduate?
I'm thinking about going into the Army.
Really?
Yeah, just for basic training. And for Army Reserves, then I'll go to college. Well, I'm going to reserves.
I see. Good for you. Well, Dana, it's been really a pleasure knowing you this year. Unfortunately, I didn't get as close to Dana as some of the other managers because I don't ride the bus like I used to, because I got kids that want to go to the games all the time, and I got to drive, which costs me gasoline too. But you got to think about those things too, I guess. But anyway, best of luck to you in your future, and you've done a great job.
Well, thank you. I've had a real fun season, and I'd encourage anyone to do it. It was just a blast.
Now that it was, huh? Okay. And I suppose next year Cauley will take over.
Yeah, little Cauley's got 3 more years left after this
Is
year.
that right?
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. We got a cinch for the next 3 years.
Yeah, he'll be the head honcho the next 3 years.
So. Okay, Dana, thanks again.
Yeah, well,
okay.
we'll see you.
You bet. I guess one of the finest young men I think I've come to know here on this hockey team. Dana Heisman, who is the team manager. And can you imagine Cauley being the head honcho?
Well, not quite yet, but maybe he'll graduate into that.
I'm sure he will.
Dana is a fine man, and I know his father, and he is a real gentleman, too.
Well, we've got a 4-4 hockey game. Ken and I were just talking here. Incidentally, there's one other score we've gotten tonight. Apple Valley defeated Lourdes 5-1, so they'll meet Albert Lee on Thursday night at the Bloomington Ice Garden. I would assume Albert Lee would have to be the favorite on that particular game. Other games being played tonight at Burnsville. Rosemont is meeting St. Peter. And also, Red Wing, of course, met Bishop Whipple here in a double overtime 5-4. Red Wing over Whipple. So they will meet Farmington at Rochester. That'll be the game before ours, we hope before ours, on Thursday night. I'm assuming now here. On Thursday night at the Rochester Graham Arena.
Kind of funny, Todd. They were talking about during that game from the PA from our main box down here. They were giving the introductions, and they got into the play, and they kept calling him Bishop Whipple. Finally, 2 skaters from the team came over from Faribault and said, call us Shattuck. We don't want to call Bishop Whipple.
That's right. I don't know.
Well, that's the official name.
That's the official name,
yeah.
Huh? Well, we are waiting for the teams to come out. The cheerleaders are working out there right now, and it is a 4-4 hockey game here. A late game, of course, late in getting going here at the Four Seasons Arena. We're going to be back now in just a minute after we do this from our sponsor. Okay, well, we're still waiting for the teams to come out here. As I said, Ken and I were talking here just before the interview with Dana. And really, Ken, a good 3/4 of that period was spent in their zone. Obviously, without even looking at the score, Owatonna, I think, far outplayed New Ulm in that period of hockey tonight.
Oh, they certainly did. And, of course, what was most frustrating was from about the 11-minute mark until we wound down to the 5-minute mark where we got that goal. At 6 minutes, we just kept on them and on them. And yet, we just couldn't get that puck in. Finally, when we got that one goal, then a minute and 8 seconds later, we picked up the second one and tied it up, which is a much more comfortable feeling going in at least tied. And at least it's like starting a game over again and having only 1 period to play.
You bet it is. Well, the New Ulm Eagles have come out here now and are waiting for the Owatonna Indians. I see Coach Otto is standing outside the doors, but the team has not come out yet. Both Otto and Reitner outside. So this third period is going to tell the story. Excuse me, and it should be a barn burner. And we're going to be back after this from Kawasaki, Owatonna. Well, okay, we're ready to go here with this period of hockey. The Owatonna Indians have come out. Well, I'll tell you, Ken, I don't know. Every season it seems like we get one that's more exciting than the others, but this one here has to measure up with some of those.
Yes, it is. Very exciting hockey. And, you know, we mentioned Jeff Schugel in the nets for New Ulm, and obviously we did because he's had 24 stops in 2 periods. But I just noticed, Todd, looking at the 4 goals of New Ulm, their number 9, Peter Mako, and number 10, Terry Steinbach, has been involved in all those goals. Either they've scored them or assisted on them. Whereas the 4 Indian goals, each one was by a different player. And, well, Bobby Carlson did get 2 assists, but no, he just got 1 assist, 1 goal. So very much more even. And if the Indians can just keep that pressure up that they had, let's hope they can. We can come out on top of this, but this next goal is going to be an important one.
Okay, and again, a big thanks to John Holland and the entire pep band. They really do a job in getting the team and the crowd fired up here, as you can hear in the background there. And we're ready to go, and there's the drop of the puck now. And New Ulm getting it down into the Owatonna end here. They take the shot to Mischke. Rebound shot there, almost taken by number 19, Bryant Meyer. Now back again in front of that, over to the side. Picked up again by Webster. Webster with it, down over the blue line, getting it off to Carlson. Carlson just over the blue line, back over to Webster. Webster tried to fire, he missed the puck, but the goaltender, Schugel, decided to come out and fall on it anyway.
Well, we'll give credit to Schugel for that stop because the puck was on net, even though it was moving very slowly, and as Todd said, Schugel came out about 6 feet and fell on it.
Okay, dropping the puck goes into the corner again. Score all tied up at 4-4. Coming after it now is New Ulm. New Ulm in their own zone. Paul Mako with it. Mako shooting it over to the center. Brings it down across center ice, and he trips as he goes to shoot it, but the shot is taken by somebody who goes around the back of the net as Meshke had to make the stop. There's another stop by Meshke. He gets it out again. Picked up again there by New Ulm around the back of the Owatonna net now. And finally, Carlson decides to shoot it down into the in, and of course, don't forget, we are a man short here. Buckley's still sitting in the penalty box for another 22 seconds. New Ulm with it now, bringing it down into the Owatonna end once again. In front of the net. Another shot taken. Oh, and no goal. No goal. It hit the pipe and bounced out again. It looked like it was on the inside of the net, but it hit the pipe and bounced out. And right now, there's a lot of protesting going on by the New Ulm players.
Bill Ryden rather waving his hands back and forth as to the signal for no goal. And very frankly, Todd, I didn't see it. It hit metal. There's no question about that. You could kind of hear it. But it did come out, and the referee says absolutely no goal. Out it comes to the outside of the blue line.
I think I'd have to agree with his call. It looked from up here like it went into the center of the net, but obviously it did hit the pipe and bounced apparently out in front of it. Broadcasters Club members, Farm and Home Store, Gildner's, Happy Chef Restaurant, JC Press and JC Office Products, George A. Clemmer & Son, Lundberg's OK Hardware, Martin's Hostel Bicycle Shop. Puck down now against the boards again, into the corner, against the boards. It's picked up again there by Scott Hansen. Hansen losing it. Shot is taken, goes through traffic, over to the corner now. Picked up again against the boards there by New Ulm. Now Frizzell with it. Frizzell with the puck. Picked up there by Owatonna's Buckley around the back of the net as we are now at full strength. Buckley getting it off to Hansen. Hansen falls down now. There's a hard shot taken, and it goes around the back of the net by New Ulm. Picked up there by Pat Davis again. Shot taken, goes in front of the net over to the other side. Picked up there by Peter Mako. Mako at the point there, shooting it back down to Paul Mako, and around the back of the net it goes. Brenner skating without a helmet now there. It's been rough down there. It's picked up again by Hansen. Mike Hansen getting the puck there in the midst of his speed. He comes out with it, comes across center ice now. Hansen over to Frizzell, back to Hansen again. Picked up again there by number 10, Terry Steinbach. He outskates one man, gets it up in front. There's a shot taken, and they score!
No clearing.
No clearing. That was a mistake on the Indians' part.
That's right. There were two Indians that went in deep, and they just stood alongside of the net. The New Ulm player got the shot off. Meshke made the stop. It bounced out in front, too far for Meshke to recover, and the New Ulm player poked it home at 12:51. New Ulm goes ahead 5-4.
And Paul Mako gets the unassisted goal.
Well, the Indians looked a little disorganized after they did skate off the penalty. Now they get their work cut out for them.
Okay, drop of the puck again now at center ice, coming down to the blue line. Picked up there again at center ice by Bob Carlson. Carlson shooting it up in the air. It goes into the crowd. And we have a stoppage of play. Broadcasters Club members, Truth Incorporated, Starmore Beauty Salon, Leroy Cowing, State Farm Insurance, Steel Waseca, Co-op Electric, Conley Willeen Funeral Chapel, Culligan Soft Water, and Flom Plumbing and Heating.
Well, the fan who got that puck wouldn't let it go, so the referee picks up a new one.
Okay, there's the drop of the puck again now. New Ulm leading by 1 goal, 5-4 here. Now over the blue line, Bob Carlson with it. Carlson getting it back over. Hard shot taken by Mike DeWert. Goaltender falls on it. Carlson was right in there to take the rebound, but the goaltender fell on it. And that was another zinger.
Jeff Schugel will come up with the stop.
With 12:31 left to go in this game. Owatonna's down by a goal. It is 5-4. Drop of the puck again now. Carlson with the puck. It rolls around and spins, and now it's picked up by Webster. Webster around the back of the net now. Coming over it is Scott Fisher for New Ulm. He clears it over to the side, gets it up against the boards, back over to Carlson. Carlson trying to get it up in front of the net now. Comes up against the boards again. Picked up by Webby again. Webster in front, over to Carlson. Oh, Carlson just barely missed the pipe as it went around the back of the net now. Picked up again around the back of the net by New Ulm. Eagles bring it out now, their zone. Bop back down in again by Owatonna Scott Hansen. Now it comes down to center ice and down into the Owatonna end. 5-4 favor of New Ulm here. There's an icing call.
Well, a lot of action. Indians seem to be back on track now. They're skating well, and after they got rid of that penalty, too bad that New Ulm did pick up that go-ahead goal, but there's lots of time left in this period.
So we'll have a We'll have a stoppage of play, but to the left of the New Ulm net here. Drop of the puck now. Picked up by New Ulm momentarily. Now to Brian Johnson. Johnson shoots it into the stick of a New Ulm player. Uh-oh! Here's a lone break right on Mischke. Shot is taken. Mischke makes the save. Beautiful save again. Goes up against the boards now. Back to the point. Picked up by Paul Mako. Shot is taken. It blisters around the back of the net and up and into the crowd. Holy mackerel, that was a close one. He was right open, wide open.
Yes, he was. And again, Mischke made it, and our second defenseman back, or whoever it was, almost overskated it again. Didn't clear it.
Okay, and Jerry McGrath went and got the puck and returned it. How about that? Up against the boards now, 5-4. After the face-off here, going in the corner for it now is Crystal. Crystal getting it back over to Bruce Anderson. Anderson over the blue line, down into the New Ulm end. We have an offsides call and a whistle blown.
Well, it's a tough game on the Indians. They were warned that New Ulm was going to be tough, and there's no question they have been. The goaltender has taken a lot of the punch away because he's made some big stops, and New Ulm skates good hockey.
Yeah, Otto was right all the way, wasn't he, on that one? Okay, drop of the puck again now, coming to the blue line there. Picked up again by Owatonna. Carlson going after it. Puck goes down into the Owatonna end and around the back of the Indians net now. Picked up there again by Peter Mako. Mako losing it there to Webster now. Webster getting it back down to Carlson. Carlson rebounds it off the boards, gets his own rebound. Back over to number 9, Peter Mako. Again, he shoots it down into the corner. Coming up to the point. Carlson in his own zone. Owatonna trying to clear it out now. Owatonna brings it down. Carlson down across center ice, down across the blue line again into the opposing end. Around the back of the net. Carlson tapping it up in front to Webster. Webster can't get at the puck to shoot it. It goes over to the side again. Webster back over to Mike DeWord. DeWord getting it back down to Carlson. Carlson can't get any wood on it, and it's picked up again there by New Ulm. Now to Carlson again. Carlson back to Webby. Webster trying to get a break. Goaltender goes out, knocks it away and over to the corner. 10:29 left of the game, and it comes back down into the Owatonna end where icing is called. And Broadcasters Club members include North Cedar Auto Body, Owatonna Canning Company, Owatonna Elevator, Pepsi Bottling Company of Owatonna, Richard Erdman Accounting and Tax Service, the Schroeder Press, and Swen Matson, agent for Northwestern Mutual Insurance.
Well, 10:24 left in this game. 5-4 New Ulm.
And the drop of the puck, it goes around behind the net again, picked up by Ken Starks. Starks can't do anything with it, goes into the corner now. Picked up there again by Brian Meyer. Meyer getting it back down over to Scott Fisher. Fisher around the back of his own net, now goes to the corner. Hansen going after it again. Hansen getting it over towards Starks. Starks knocks it out in front of the net. Nobody there to get it. Goes back into the corner. Picked up there again by Simpkins. Simpkins shooting it up. Mike Hansen with it. Hansen takes a shot. Just goes through the crease. Back over again to Anderson. And here's a break again as it comes down. And once again over the blue line. Nice checking done there by Scott Hansen. Picked up again by Frizzell as that was almost another lone break. Now to Mike Hansen. Hansen shoots it across ice again. Simpkins gets it for the Eagles. Simpkins up against the boards with it now. Puck down at the blue line. Picked up there again by New Ulm. New Ulm shooting it back down over the blue line again now. Picked up again there at the blue line. 9:23, 5-4. Favor of New Ulm. Mike Hansen takes a shot. Goes around behind the net now. Against the boards. Picked up there again by Owatonna at the blue line. Crystal with it. Crystal getting it. Brings it down over to the right of the net now. Comes around the back of the net. Crystal getting it up in front over to Frizzell. Frizzell can't do anything with it. Back up to Hansen again. Now down across center ice. And skating after it once again is number 12, Tim Steinbach. He gets beat out of it there by Mike Anderson. And it goes back down into the corner. We have a whistle blown.
Offside.
Offsides, and we'll have another face-off. And the clock is starting to work against us here. We got to do something. Tie this game up.
Well, the Indians need to keep up that hustle because we showed that when we put the pressure on them, when we skate hard and get it down their zone, we can keep it down there, and we haven't done that quite as much this period.
Okay, can they do it? Here comes Carlson again after the face-off. Shoots it down into the New Ulm zone again. Round the back of the net now. Up against the boards, into the corner. Bob Carlson with it. Carlson over to Webster. Webster shoots. Beautiful save there again by Schugel. Schugel got it in his pad and went up over him. It was knocked off balance by it. Now it's picked up again by Brunner. Brunner can't get a shot on it. Webster up against the boards again now. And the puck comes back down into the possession of New Ulm. They take the shot, and getting it is Mischke. He falls on it, loses it there. Falls backwards on it now. Puck is is still in play. Finally, the whistle is blown, and that was a close one.
Yes, it was. John had it. He couldn't feel it or couldn't tell where it was. It was right between his pads. He had it squeezed, and unfortunately, he let loose or let the pads come apart, and the puck dropped, and it was dangerous, but they recovered and stopped it for a face-off to the left of Meschke.
So we'll have another face-off to the left of the Owatonna goal here, and out there is Christo. 8:24 left, 5-4 in favor of New Ulm. Coming down across the blue line now, picked up again by Brian Johnson. Johnson getting it down across the blue line. He loses it there, and it comes back down into the Owatonna end. Back up at center ice again. Down into the Owatonna end. Offsides is called.
Patting the puck, I think.
Patting the puck is called, so we'll go back down into the Owatonna end.
All the way down to the Indian zone.
Broadcasters Club members include Anderson Sheet Metal, Bob's Country Boy Grocery, Cashman Seed and Fertilizer, Central Co-op Oil Association, Demo Heating and Air Conditioning, Elks Club in Owatonna, Hiles Well Service, and Farm Equipment Dealers Association. Left of the Indians net now again, the face-off. Picked up again there by Owatonna as they bring it down. Christo getting it off to Bruce Anderson again. Anderson over the blue line. Back up again and over to Brunner. Brunner with a puck, bats it back down into the New Ulm end, and we have batting the puck once again, I guess.
Offside.
Is it offside? I thought I saw the signal from one of the players to another one. Okay, offsides. Well, quite a hockey game here. I just as soon see us on the other side of the score. It's 5-4. We have 7:58.
Just about half of the third period left, but the Indians haven't had near as many shots on Jeff Schugel. That's the problem thing at this stage of the game.
Okay, Mike DeWord now. DeWord getting it over toward Webster again. Webby over the blue line. Gets it off to Bob Carlson. Carlson tried to wind up, and he missed the puck there. Over in the corner now. Puck comes up against the boards again. Owatonna still keeping it down in the New Ulm zone. Back over, and a beautiful goal there! Goal there by Frizzell! No, Carlson! Carlson put it in!
What happened was the goaltender got his glove on it as Carlson pulled the pin, but it was a hard shot, and the goaltender couldn't keep hold of it, and Webster gets the assist. All tied up at 5-5 with 7 minutes and 43 seconds left in this game.
Okay, and so the score is tied up, as Kenny said, 5-5, and here we go with a barn burner hockey game here once again.
That's Bobby Carlson's second goal of the night. 2 assists to go along with it.
Okay, drop of the puck again. Now here comes Frizzell after the faceoff. Gets it over toward Hansen once again. Hansen back up to Diedrich. Diedrich to Brunner. Brunner goes up in the air to Diedrich. Diedrich knocks it down with his hand now. Back up to Brunner. Brunner gets it in the corner. Round the back of the net it goes now. New Ulm in control of it. Picked up there by Brian Meyer. Meyer shooting it. Oh, shot taken just wide of the pipe again. And that was by number 4, Brunner. Round the back of the net again there. Into the corner. 5-5. It's all tied up. Picked up there again by New Ulm, but we have a frozen puck there in the corner, and we'll come out for another face-off.
Hansen freezes that puck to the boards. And the face-off will come right there to the left of the New Ulm net. Well, it was exciting before, but it's more exciting now.
More exciting now.
Indians needed that one very badly at this point.
Okay, 5-5. It's all tied up. There's a shot again by Diedrich. Goes into traffic. Back up to Hansen now. Puck comes down across center ice. Brunner with it. Brunner over the blue line now. Skates it over to the left. Picked up by Diedrich again. Diedrich shooting it down across center ice now. Picked up there again over the blue line by New Ulm. They bring it down into the Owatonna end. Shot is taken toward the goal now. Up against the boards it goes. Back over to New Ulm. Paul Mocco gets it. Shot taken again. Goes wide of the pipe. Picked up there by Brunner. Brunner up against the boards now with it. Brunner still with the puck, getting it up to Hansen at the blue line. Now down across center ice. Diedrich with the puck. Diedrich over the blue line, takes the shot, goes wide of the pipe, over to the corner. Diedrich with it now. Diedrich against the boards, around the back of the net, over to the corner now. Picked up again against the boards. Hansen shoots it back down into the New Ulm zone. 6:25 left. There's a whistle blown.
Offside, delayed offside.
And we have not had a penalty, and you can bet your boots that everybody's going to be careful not to have one. And now coming out for the Owatonna Indians in the defense, Scott Hansen, along with Mike Anderson. Webster out there, of course.
DeWord and Carlson finish out that front line, and the tension is building, Todd. Only 6 minutes, about 6.5 minutes left in this game.
All righty, let's see what happens. They're still...
Referees want a new puck. Apparently that one's got a chip in it or something.
And we'll give you a few Broadcasters Club, including Owatonna Bus Company, the Penny Company, Reserve Supply, St. Clair's, Thompson Mortuary, VIP Realtors, and Hoffman Drive, and the White Ambulance Service, all of Owatonna. Okay, puck dropped down, goes back into the Owatonna end now after the face-off. Scott Hansen goes after it. Around the back of the net now, going up into the corner. Bob Carlson around the back of the net, goes up against the boards, picked up by Webster. Webster with it at center ice there. He loses his stick, and it comes back up right in front of the score table, up against the board. Shot is taken by New Ulm from center ice, picked up there now by Mike Anderson. Puck at center ice now, shooting it over to the left, picked up by Webster. Webster shooting it over to his left to Carlson. Carlson shoots it down into the New Ulm end. Eagles with the puck now. Webster really going away after it. Now at the blue line. Puck is shot back down again. Gunning over to Carlson. Carlson back over to Hansen. Now it's picked up by New Ulm again. Hard slap shot taken. Goes wide of the goal. And just to be a little extra precautious, Meshke decides to fall on it right there.
John had his back to the skaters that were coming after that rebound off the boards, and he didn't want to take a chance, and so he fell on the puck, and that creates a face-off to the left of the Indian net.
5:32 left of the game, and it's all tied up at 5-5. All right, shot is taken after the face-off. Goes into the stick of Brenner. Brenner getting it over to Mike Anderson again now, or Bruce Anderson. Anderson getting it over to Crystal. Beautiful save there by that goaltender again. He kicked it out. Beautiful save. Comes back down into the Owatonna end once again. Buckley with it now. Buckley around the back of the net. To the left of the net now. Coming up again to the blue line. Picked up again there by Crystal. Crystal getting it over to Brian Johnson. Johnson with it, takes the shot. Another beautiful save again by Shugo. Unbelievable. He stretches for one as it goes by him now. Into the corner it goes. Picked up there again by Owatonna. Number 10, Bruce Anderson, getting it back up to Crystal again now. Crystal right there to Owatonna to Johnson. Johnson losing it there. Comes across center ice. Picked up there now by Mike Hitchcock. Hitchcock over the blue line. We have an offsides called. Two great saves. I want to tell you, Shugo held him in that time.
He certainly did. That first one was really, you could hear that rebound all the way here, and I'm sure over the airwaves.
Broadcasters Club, Owatonna Manufacturing. Portraits by Bird, Owatonna Shoe Company. Holly Plastics Incorporated. Roy Erickson, Field Tanning and Drainage. Ron Hansen, Service Master Carpet Cleaners. Summer Sanitation. Here's Webster now. Webster after the face-off gets it down into the New Ulm end. Picked up again there in front of the net. And the shot is taken away from it from Carlson. And Carlson scores. And Carlson gets his hat trick tonight. And he puts the Indians ahead 6-5. Bob Carlson, the hat trick.
Well, Bobby's got to be happy. He's the senior. It's a big night for him, although this game is not over by any means. We don't mean that. But Bobby Carlson picking up the goal from Mike DeWord, and it was a good goal. It was somewhat scattered players in front of the net, but the passing was real good, and Carlson made no mistake on that one.
And
6-5. Indians go ahead.
Okay, and the puck is shot down now into the Owatonna end once again. Buckley with it. Buckley around the back of the net. To the right of the net now. Buckley still holding on to the puck. Got two men on him there. They go in the corner. There's a shot taken from the side. New Ulm with it. Another shot taken. Goes through traffic. Gets to Mike Hansen. Hits him on the arm now. Puck comes down to center ice again. New Ulm with it. Skating hard as they bring it down to the blue line. 4:05 left to go in the game. Owatonna now in the lead 6-5. Picked up again by New Ulm and the Owatonna end. They try to set it up. Beautiful job by Brenner. He blocked it. Picked up again there by Owatonna's Buckley. He missed the shot. Coming to the point now. Picked up by New Ulm. Paul Mocco gets it. Shot taken just wide of the pipe. Again, it's picked up by Owatonna and it's shot back down to the New Ulm end, and we'll have icing called.
What do they call it? What kind of gulch is it, Todd?
Ulcer Gulch. That's what it is. And I barely got a voice left, I'll tell you that. Broadcasters Club, Fogel, Motorola TV Sales, Great Plains Gas Company, Owatonna Prescription Center, Russell Shoe Store, Owatonna Sport and Cyclery, and John Kennard and Company, Stocks, Bonds, and Investments.
Well, half the fans here are on their feet now.
All right, and around the back of the net it goes again now. Up against the boards, it's picked up there by Webster. Webster back to Scott Hansen now with 3:34 left of this hockey game. Here comes Webster. Webster now over the blue line, brings it down into the New Ulm end. Pass, beautiful. Pass over to Carlson. Not quite there, though, not quite the timing. Puck goes over to the right again. Picked up there by Anderson now. Mike Anderson shoots it back down into the New Ulm zone. Picked up there by Bill Fisher once again for New Ulm. Fisher at the blue line now. Gets it over to the right. Gets it over to the center ice area. Offsides is called. Number 9 for New Ulm. Peter Mako was way ahead of his center.
I'm glad they whistled that. I was about ready to scream myself, thinking they were going to carry that in, and the referee didn't see it.
3 minutes and 8 seconds left in this game, and Owatonna is now 6-5 in the lead.
Well, it's tension right now, and the fans are very, very up in this game.
Okay, there's the drop of the puck again now. Coming over to the right. Picked up there again, up against the boards. Coming back over to cross center ice now. Picked up there by Anderson. Anderson getting it off to Brian Johnson. Offsides is called on Owatonna.
That was a close one. I didn't see that, but must have been just a hair offside. Well, after a slow start, the Indians have outscored New Ulm 2-1 in both of these periods so far, these last two periods.
Okay, we'll have a drop of the puck again here at center ice now, over the blue line again. Picked up by New Ulm now. They bring it down across the red line, goes down into the Owatonna end. Over to the corner now. Brenner going after it. Brenner around the back of the net. Shoots it in the corner. Picked up again by Bruce Anderson there. Anderson against the boards, getting it up toward Crystal. Shot is taken from the point. Knocked away there by John Meschke. Goes up into the corner now. Picked up again by Brian Johnson in his own zone. Johnson shoots it up. Picked up by New Ulm. He fans on the shot. Puck goes over to the side. 2.5 minutes left to the game. In front of the net. Oh! Beautiful stick away by Meschke. That was almost an accidental goal. Round the back of the net again. Into the corner. There's another shot. Beautiful save by Meschke again. And he falls out and stops the play there.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
John was super on that one as he stuck the pad out. Not this last stop, but the one before. He stuck that pad out, and he had just an instant because it deflected off a player, and it would have been a sure goal. And, man, he saved the day for us there. John's got a lot of stops this period. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. I think the good defense will be the offense now if we can get down in their zone.
Well, you're not listening to a tape-delayed game. It's really going on right now, 11:15. And right now, Owatonna's in the lead 6-5. There's the drop of the puck again now. Round the back of the net. In front there, they try to shoot it. Picked up again by Webster now. Webster against the boards there. Shooting it over across ice. Nice pass over to DeWord again. DeWord's playing on the left wing now. Coming back down to center ice again. New Ulm with it. Number 9, New Ulm. Peter Mako gets it. Takes the shot.
Penalty.
Nice save again. Penalty. And it's going to be on Owatonna. We don't need it, but it's going to be on number 3, Scott Hansen.
Well, Scotty didn't have much choice on that one. It was a close call, but the ref decided to call it. Coaches aren't protesting it, even though you usually don't call close ones this far into the game when you got a couple minutes left. But could have saved the goal, so unintentional trip as Scotty was reaching away out with a stick, trying to check the man who was breaking away from him. So now the Indians have that big job of skating off this penalty.
Alrighty, and it's a minute and 56 seconds left in Ulster Gulch right here, 6-5. They're talking it over right now down there with Meschke. They know they're a man short. They have to hold him off now. Okay, there's the drop of the puck again now. New Ulm with it. They get it at the point. Hard slap shot, and they scored!
They did. They tied it up. It didn't take long. Just a few seconds.
Well, that's tough on Scott Hansen. He probably feels bad about it, but it was an unintentional tripping penalty. Nevertheless, they scored it right after the face-off, and the score ties up at a score of 6-6.
That's at 1:50, so there's just slightly under 10 minutes, or 2 minutes left in the game. It's number 10 from New Ulm, which would be Terry Steinbach, that big player there, is from number 17, Bill Fisher. All tied up, 6-6.
Okay, drop of the puck again now. New Ulm getting it, coming down into the Owatonna end, and a beautiful job by Brenner of kicking it away. Oh, shot taken just wide of the pipe again now, and it goes up in front now. Another shot taken on Meschke, knocked away again. Puck is iced down into the New Ulm end, and icing will be called as it goes down there, but the Indians wanted to clear it out of there. There was about 3 shots on Johnny right down there.
Well, the Indians anxious for a line change. About 3 of them jumped up and were going to go in there and change lines, and Otto had them sit down. But now he is going to let them go out. He wanted a few words with them. Minute and 31 seconds to go in this game. Tied 6-6.
6-6 right now. Minute and 31 seconds left to go. And this crowd is on their fate. Listen.
Out comes Webster. Out comes Mike DeWord and Bobby Carlson, who has a hat trick tonight for his efforts.
We got a little battle of the cheering going on here right now. Okay, there's there's the drop of the puck again. Goes back to center ice area there. Shot taken, goes through traffic, picked up by Buckley. Buckley shoots it down here in the center ice now. Picked up there again by number 17, Bill Fisher. Shot taken again by Meschke, and it hits him on the stick as it goes back off the boards. Picked up again by New Ulm there momentarily. Bob Carlson with it now. Carlson, who has a hat trick tonight. Picked up by Mike DeWord. DeWord over to Webster. Hard slap shot. Beautiful save again by Shugo. Puck over to the right now. Oh, Webster really pounded it in. Here comes New Ulm. They lose the puck there. They drop it down, and we have a whistle.
An offside. Shugo came up with a big one there.
And I think we are at 58 seconds.
Webby got a lot of wood on that one, but Shugo was equal. He made that stop with that pad of his. He's good with the pads, and he's also good with that glove.
I hate to say it, but with 58 seconds left at 11:15, we may end up being here after 11 o'clock. I don't like overtimes in tournament games.
Well, it's been a very clean game. 2 penalties in the first period, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third. So that's very clean.
Okay, drop of the puck again now. Brian Johnson going after it now. Picked up again by Brian. Here he comes down across the blue line again. Passing it back over, and he tried to pass it over to number 10, Mike Anderson, Bruce Anderson, but he couldn't get it to him. Now there's a whistle with an offsides with 45 seconds left to go. And if we go into overtime, we're going to take a break here to rest our voice for whatever rest period there is, and then we'll be back here at the arena. Okay, drop of the puck after the face-off now. Christo gets it, brings it down into the area. Take by Johnson. Oh, the goaltender gets it in his chest and falls down there. I thought he was going to lose it there for a minute. I guess that was just wishful thinking.
Well, he did catch the puck, but he was out of balance a little, and he did fall to the ice, but he still held on to that puck in his glove. So, 38 seconds, Otto decides to bring Webster, Carlson, and DeWord back out again for another shift. Try and get that breaking goal. 6-6 score.
Okay, and there's the drop of the puck again now. Picked up there again by Webster. Webster with it. Webster passing it on to Carlson. Carlson tries to get a lift on it. Can't do it. Back over to Brenner now. Brenner goes down in the corner for it. Round the back of the net. Less than half a minute to go in the game now. We're in the New Ulm zone here. In the corner. Picked up again by Carlson. Carlson in front. Tries to get some wood on it. Can't do it. Picked up again there. Another shot. And they score. Owatonna scores. Number 5, Mike DeWord, scores it from the blue line.
Oh, if you could see Rita DeWord, I can see her from here.
Mike DeWord has literally almost iced this game for Owatonna. With 15 seconds left, he scored it.
Well, let's hope he has, because really, we can't stand much more of this. Bobby Carlson got in on the assist, as did Brenner, number 4, Brenner. Fans are starting to leave. They think it's all over. I hope it is too, but still 15 seconds left as the Indians go ahead 7-6.
Oh, unbelievable, unbelievable. The winning team goes to Rochester Thursday night to meet Mayo. There's another slap shot by Buckley. 11 seconds left to go in front of the net there now. Picked up again by New Ulm. Their goaltender can't be pulled out. We're still in their zone. Picked up by Carlson. Carlson shoots. 1 second. There's the end of the game. And Owatonna wins it. And they go on to the third game in the sectionals by a score of 7-6. They will meet Rochester Mayo at Graham Arena, the game they've been waiting for. Well, okay, and so the Owatonna Indians, putting on a super effort here tonight, down by a couple of goals in the first period, have come back to win it once again. The cheerleaders going out to cheer on the kids as they go off the ice, and this has to be one of the big ones of the year.
Oh, and it's got to be tough on that goaltender, Todd, because he did such a super job, but of course both the goaltenders did. It's always tough to win these, but boy, look at the kids over there.
Yep.
Bobby Carlson getting a lot of back slaps because, of course, I haven't even counted up, but he must have. I know he's got 3 goals, and it could be either 2 or 3 assists, Todd. I don't know what.
Okay, well, here's a quick rundown.
Okay, we'll pick it up at the end of the second period. It was all tied up after the Indians came back from a 4-2 deficit. New Ulm, however, went ahead early in the third period at 12:51. It was New Ulm's number 15, unassisted, Paul Mako, 5-4. Indians tied it up. It was number 9, Bobby Carlson, picking up a goal from number 17, Mark Webster. That tied it all up at 5-5. Then the Indians moved ahead for the first time in the night They went ahead 6-5 on another goal by Bobby Carlson. This time the assist came from Mike DeWord. But New Ulm wasn't done either, and when our penalty came out, which was number 3, Scotty Hansen went in for a very inadvertent trip call, and at 6 minutes into the penalty, New Ulm scored to tie it up 6-6, and only a minute and a half or a minute and 50 seconds to go. Indians worked on it, and that score, that final one, came from that freshman, Mike DeWord, getting the winning goal. Assists both from Bobby Carlson and from Brunner, and Brunner did some fine work on the defensive point to keep that puck in play. 7-6, the Indians win it. Only 4 penalties in the game. Stops. John Meschke, he got tried that third period. He came up with 9 of them, and some real good ones, 19 for the game. Jeff Schugel had 6 in that third period, a game total of 30.
Okay, Ken, well, I hope you don't have a bank meeting on Thursday night. I'll tell you that.
If I do, I'll try and cancel it.
Because we're going to be at Graham Arena in Rochester. That game is at 8:15. Graham Arena in Rochester. The Owatonna Indians will meet Mayo. And I'm trying to think, well, I know we got beaten by them pretty badly, I guess, to begin with, but this is the one we've been waiting for. This is the one the Indians are really going to be up for as we meet Mayo in the sectionals. And, of course, Owatonna has never gone beyond the third game in the tournaments. Let's see if this can be the year. One final list of Broadcasters Club members: Gamble's Hardware and Appliance, Owatonna Bowling Alley, Owatonna Savings and Loan, Fraternal Order of Eagles, Dawes Our Own Hardware, Bickford Radio TV, and Adams Food Market, all of Owatonna. This is Todd Hale and Ken Wilcox. We return you to our main studios with a win, 7-6, Owatonna over New Ulm.